Welcome back, everyone, to the Drink and Drum podcast, the podcast with all the vibes. I am one of three hosts. My name is Timon Nicholas, aka Mr. Terrible.
Signing in, Jaron Tomlinson, the young sheller, aka Pineapple Badman in the building. Wagwan.
And it's your boy, Everon Williams, aka Big Easy. You don't know what going on.
This is the unapologetic podcast with really good intentions. The socials, them located at the bottom of this podcast right there. So make sure you hit us up and tell us what going on.
Incline, and I can say, oh, yeah. So when my squat done right, I push the glutes out. They can see the Calvin Klein drawers, and I can say, oh, he expensive.
Yeah, Calvin Klein drawers not really that expensive now. Now I'm start thinking about it because I'm like,
It's
I
really
wear
that
these.
expensive, man.
You sure?
I wear these. That means I can afford it. That means it's not expensive.
Actually, the other day I went into the store to buy some underwear. And usually I just grab a pair of underwear and leave, right?
Them will probably wear them Zing Zhang.
And I pull up to the place now. And before I went to the counter, I said, yo, check the price real quick now. He says 2 underwear for $50. And
I don't know an expensive one.
this is me, what is make out of velvet, right? And I'm looking at it, I was like, it's not even 4, it's 2. Who?
$25 a piece, my friend.
I didn't even know the brand. Apparently, it's a brand. I didn't learn the name because I didn't care. But it wasn't any common brand, but it was a well-known brand for the pricing. And I just don't understand if somebody really came here to go buy $50 for 2 underwear and they know they're not going to wipe their ass properly later. I just don't get people who paying. Females have to pay this expensive for underwear.
Nah, they do that shit for makeup and everything else.
Yo, I'm starting our OnlyFans.
You start doing?
Yeah, boy.
So yeah, without their workout regimen.
But my niche is bodybuilding, but it could be naked bodybuilding.
Oh,
Nah, true. This is the man content. Secret gym sesh. And they like, what the fuck is this on OnlyFans? And the boy could say, this is my target, people. And then you can do a full workout routine or get everybody into the stuff, but he have the camera secretly play, so you always seem like he's spying. And he claim not. And they're like, oh shit, what he gonna do? And they're like, you see this lady? I'm gonna train her. Watch this.
Yo,
There you go.
like
and
this.
actually train her.
But more the same time, man. My first content picture, but what time I do it,
Let's say collaborate with.
and that moment.
me and the manager wrong. Let me manage your shit. Let me hold you up.
Bro, the other day I went to click the link to see if she's doing any better, right? I went on. This girl have a subscription starting monthly at $27 or $24.
But
It's like,
she's something
honest.
expensive. But
And she
had
have plenty
900
fans
or
too.
something. She had 900 or something like.
and I'm
Yeah,
trying to
she have good traffic, dog. People paying that regular for her.
why is it okay?
It's
for the
her.
one or
It's
two-
her. Boy, it's not what they see. Is her.
What do you
It's
mean?
her and her persona and her the way how she is on her personality on Snapchat and stuff.
Oh, she have
She
Snapchat,
make these
right?
niggas thirsty. She generate the thirst. Tell them they can't have it. Then provide a loophole so how they can kind of have it but can't.
Bro, it is
She play these
expensive,
niggas, bro.
but She generating that shit, bro. I
Yeah.
respect it. She running that back
She-
off.
She creates on demand, dog.
I don't know about her Snapchat, right? But when I see her on Facebook once or twice dropping them funny ass what you call it, post and stuff, right? Sometimes so I swear she kind of give off that New York tough girl vibe.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's yeah. That's
So I'm
it.
just like, people find that attractive.
Yes.
Yeah, you can stop my nuts with your Tims.
Bro, she be posting stuff on Snapchat, right? Telling niggas not to thirst, just to go into her DMs to have thirsty niggas in there still. Replying and thirsting to the thing she said not to thirst on.
Yeah, okay. I'm not getting TikTok to see what you're talking about. I mean Snapchat.
No. I feel like she died down more recently, but she used to be hella active. Also, she made like a new snap and stuff, and then you check her stuff, and then she'll post like, niggas screenshotting her stuff. And you open up her views, and she have thousands of views, like 20,000 views on her snaps and them shits.
Wait, you
Like-
can view her snaps? Or she
Yeah.
screenshot that nigga screenshot?
She screenshot that to say niggas out here thirst trapping and screenshotting her snaps and screen recording her shit.
The real thing is people still screenshotting when they know we can clearly tell.
Yep.
Or they just like, I was scared. What she gonna do? Fight me?
Yup, basically. What's she gonna take it back? I already have what I want.
Bro, this week when I was coming home, I saw the one says the accident, but a car in front, two cars in front of me, one of the guys will blow out. So I'm moving at 100, right? Because I'm getting ready to come off an exit just now. And I'm nearing the exit and I'm there driving and this is me. You know what? Why am I driving so close behind this other guy? Let me ease up a little. And then I ease up, right? And just after I done climb back down to like 90, all I see is sparks and I hear, pop, this is me. What the fuck? Right? So I look in and I see bare sparks coming from the car, just 2 cars ahead of me. And I was like, what happened? And then the man swerved off the road. And then the other guy right in front of me pressed brakes hard, right? And then he starts swerve to the left now. So this is me. Fuck. One swerve to the right because his wheel blew out, and the other one swerving to the left to avoid hitting the guy on the right, right? So this is me. If I hold brakes, I'm still going to go forward. And where do I go? To the right, where the guy's clearly coming off the road and trying to, but it's beer snow there, trying to save himself, or to the left, to the guy who's swerving to the left and also trying to hold brakes to slow down. It's not like you just swerve to
stop. You can stop before the guy with the swerving to the left.
Yeah. I would have stopped, but still, my mind's still thinking like, what if he didn't hold his brakes? He just swerved to the left. He had the space to just switch lanes real quick and keep going. But he wanted the person in the front of me, he wanted to stop and then go back and check to see if the other person was okay. So after he swerved to the left and slowed down enough, he pulled off to the right, but I'm still coming. So even if I said, all right, I'm going to go down the middle, the man came back over. So I was like, shit. So I slowed down enough. I just should I also stand up to check to see if this person okay? I was like, I want to, but it's cold. And I'm like, he already have it handled, it seems. And I was like, I passed real slow, and this is me. Cars literally passing me fast, not like if that's not my business. And I'm here just like, man, should I just follow the crowd and not care for this person because he's not injured and somebody's already checking on him? So do they need me? I don't have my mask. What should I do here? So I kept driving.
No, that's the move, to be honest. Because I don't think people realize that you stopping and slowing on the highway could literally lead to worst case situations. No?
Check, and I'm looking back in my rearview mirror, man still speeding. Just I was like, yo, imagine that guy didn't see it. Man, it's crazy. And then I saw one of them tow trucks later down at the exit, and I was gonna stop to tell him. I was like, it's okay. He have it handled. Like it's so much I wanted to do over that small moment of guilt of not stopping to see if they were okay. I just wanted to do everything else that I possibly could afterwards. I was like, Timon, he's already on a phone call calling somebody who can help. Mind your business.
Hold on. Timon, you still ain't get any contact from her?
No, so you can disappear.
Yeah, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, just hit me and I'll try to slide back in.
Yeah.
This is the girl you said was shy? Or she said she was shy?
Yes.
Oh.
But that's the thing.
Coincidence? I think no. When I should talk to her?
I talked to her yesterday to ask if she's still down. And she said she was sick. But yeah, she's still down.
Okay, so this is not somebody you know.
This is Jaren's friend. That's why Jaren wants to be here, but he totally forgot that I was saying this the morning. Because when we recorded last Saturday, Jaren took a day off from work and gave an excuse. So I asked him, yo, you sure you want to do that? Because next week is when we're doing the girl from England. And that seemed like a good excuse for next week. He's like, no, I can do it, man.
Oh, this girl from England.
Mm-hmm.
What is that girl from China?
Serial.
Is there another one from China?
Kesley, but I don't think she was supposed to come on.
Are you ever considering? Because in my head, this person was from China.
No, Kesley could always come on because I think she from Grenada. Nope, Guadeloupe. She have a thick accent. I can play it for you because I know how to explain it. It's that flag with the red borders and it has green and yellow triangles and couple stars.
Yeah, Grenada.
Okay, she's from Grenada. I don't know if I told y'all about this the day before the Christmas break. I had a conversation with my boss. I don't know if I brought it up on the podcast yet. And I was telling you that this guy was into like sailing and so, like surfing.
Oh, nope, not sailing or surfing.
It's surfing.
Okay.
So windsurfing or some shit. So he came and brought me this tennis table for me to fix up, right? Because apparently he bought new nets and the net don't really agree with the old tennis table. So he said, hey, I want you to do some little changes. I was like, man, it must be nice to have a welder that could just
at your disposal.
right? And I'm like, I don't even have gas or the metals or the machine to say I can do shit like that for myself, right? And while he there telling me what to do and how he want it done, I said, all right, bet it's not gonna take me that long. I could just whip it up real quick and then get back to what I'm doing. So after I don't whip it up and I call him back, tell him I finished and it's cooling down and cleaned up and everything. He said, so what are you doing for the weekend, right? On the break. So I said, no, nothing much. Probably just gonna eat with the family, chill by myself in solace, just enjoy the vacation, probably getting some sleep, learn a few things. He's like, you have any hobbies? I said, well, nothing physical like that. I would like to get into rock climbing, but I'm shy. He's like, shy? I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. And then he's like, well, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, so you just want to tell me about your hobbies. Cool, I get it. So I'm listening now, right? So now he telling me like, yeah, Mike, I have this other hobby I just picked up not too long ago. It's wind sailing. And I was like, He's like, well, it's surfing on the water with like a sail. I was like, okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking,
wow, you said okay, and then I show him that yeah, they do this regularly in my country.
Oh yeah, no, because I didn't know shit about it, so I didn't want to bring it up.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm thinking he's telling me about shit that he does on the summer vacations and so, right? This is the impression I'm under. So I'm like, okay, summertime you really get into this and you really like it. He's like, yeah, I bought some gear the other day and I was taking it out in a field practicing. I was like, he's like, yeah, you have to have the kites and stuff and sail on an open field and you can glide and get some air time. I was like, but in a field, I'm thinking all this now. I'm just listening, saying, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, what the fuck, sailing, like wind sailing or wind surfing on a field? And then he said, yeah, the other day I took it out to the lake. I was like, excuse me?
Okay,
Like,
lake, yeah. I didn't think of that.
Yes. So he took it out to the lake and he telling me how difficult it is because the winds and the current and it's different and all that.
The work like the ocean.
Yeah, right? And he started comparing it to when he go on vacations and windsurf and how he likes the water and stuff like that. But when he doing it nowadays, the water is too cold and the drive is too fast. So then I kind of pause like, wait, you windsurf during the winter? He's like, yeah, I just put on a suit and I go out.
Wetsuit.
Yeah, wetsuit and I go out and I surf. And I was like, so what happens when you fall in the water? And he's like, oh no, you just get up, man. Like once the kite don't fall in the water, it's easy to get it back up in the air because once it gets wet, it gets heavy. And
it's not windsurfing, it's kite surfing. Like the one that's like the thing that's high up in the air, not just the big sail on a big board.
Sorry. I'm
sorry.
Okay,
the one in the air. Yeah, okay, no, that's kite surfing. Yeah, okay.
The kite. Right. So
yo, you could literally tell this man Antigua. Jeez. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So he telling me about the different types of kites that they have, the synthetic and the whatevers and the whatnot, and which one is best. And his wife don't like him doing it because she say she don't like when he's surfing and he going so high up into the sky and he's the man like over 70. He could injure himself. And he say it's something that he have to put away because the wife, but I can see how much this man enjoy. And it's me. Partners, I swear the other day you were telling me about some other crazy activity you're doing. And now your kites surfing.
In the winter.
In the winter?
Sorry.
So now I'm asking questions because I'm like, clearly I don't know shit about shit. So this man, we have work. I have work to do. I don't know about him. I have work to do, right? But now we invest into this conversation about 2 hours, right? This man talking to me, and this is me. Partners, by the time this conversation done, I have half an hour before I close. I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna leave. And I wanted to know that this is on your conscience. You wasted your money, right? But I'm every minute I'm just peeping at the watch and like, keep talking, right? So he did tell me about all his friends and so who into this. And this is me. All people do have friends.
Bro, they have the most friends.
The most, right? And I'm just thinking, man, this guy is such a cool boss. Really and truly.
Cool person, bro. I was gonna tell you that, like, from day one, you tell me about this man, Mr. Pana. You need to make sure this man invite you over to your house for dinner as well. Because I know that man have plenty you can bestow on you, and you can share that with the world.
bro, he's such an interesting guy. And this is, man, you know, when the kite surfing, I've seen it, never really wanted to do it that much. I wanted to try it one time, but in Africa on the sand, this man tell me how it feels to fall on water and so on. And I was like, but what about sinking and so with the things on your feet and I don't know, his things on your feet.
Put it for that, man.
Partners, when I tell you
windsurfing is boots.
So, yeah.
Kite surfing is boots.
Bro, the man telling me, he trying to tell me, oh, it was fun because these waves will toss you up a couple stories and then the kite will keep you up there. And I was like, partners, that's fine.
Yeah, you pull the kite and then, the kite will catch. Bro, I watch the mechanics of it, like when I see people doing it, because it is my job all the time. And literally, it's like you're using force to catch more force, and that force pulling you up in the sky. But I don't know how they change. I get how they change directions because you move the kite to a certain angle and stuff. But I don't get like the whole how this kite don't pull you out in the road. You check? That's my, like, okay, realistically, right? Because you're using the wind, right? If the wind is not cold this way.
Yeah,
right?
but he was telling me about that too, because he said most of the times on the lake the wind blows specific direction. So it's not like if when he's at in the tropics and so the wind will blow him towards the sea, towards the land. So he can just go out at one angle and the wind will blow him down towards the land. When you say on the lake, it will blow you out. So it's hard to do certain maneuvers because if you want to go up, the wind has to be blowing against you to blow the kite that direction. And if you want to maneuver, you have to do a kind of you have to do some kind of weird shit.
Mid-ear type
to angle the wind so it can push the kite somewhere else that the wind isn't blowing. And he says turning around is a problem. But the wind on the lake always try to push you out to the lake, not into the land. So I'm saying, that's too much for me. I'm not doing that. Because now I have to consider the wind when I'm already considering not drowning. No, it's too much. But I would try one time. The moment I fall down, that's it.
It's something I want to try for real.
Yeah.
Like I want to try I want to see what it's like with the water and boards. You know, I want to see what that aspect is like, the control aspect of it, because I did snowboarding before and I did not do very well. So I'm wondering if the principle behind the snowboarding is the same type of principle.
It makes sense. It's the same because if you're moving like a decent velocity, everything seems solid.
But I'm saying, like the thing what I'm looking at is like on water is like actively changing. You check. You know, I was going through it, kind of going up and over sometimes. Right? So I'm like,
so it doesn't depend on
moguls.
It doesn't depend on what the nose of your board doing.
I'm not sure. I know with snowboarding, basically the control in terms of like going left and right is placed on the foot that's behind.
Okay.
Like the foot that's going, like when you're going downhill on the snowboard, the foot that's to your the uphill foot is the foot that you use you're pushing it back and forward to kind of project the front of the board type of thing.
So do you keep your dominant foot at the back for control or
to
the front?
I think my body don't know which one's the dominant foot because my problem is every time I start going down the hill, the front start to switch. I just gradually start turning around, spinning. So if I went right foot first, then halfway down my right foot will come and start spinning around. So both feet gonna be at the same angle. And then you end up being the other foot. You switch position with the other foot going the other way. And I don't have as much control. And then when it's like in the process of turning, one of those positions in between there is a braking position. And if you brake backwards, your head is going to be slung straight into the freaking floor. It's like, cause imagine your foot hook backwards, your heels hook backwards when you're running. Like you turn around in the mid-run and your heels hook in the ground and your head goes straight back in the ground. That's what freaking happened.
There's a couple concussions there, boy.
Yeah, check. When we see a light there, right? It was just to hear the cherubims. Come out with the trumpet.
Because I'm wondering too, because I think my left side, even though it's not the strongest, it has balance or control, I should say.
Yeah.
Because I realized that when it comes to welding and TIG, when I use my right hand, it's more stiff and sturdy, so I can't do certain movements properly or consistently. But if I trade to my left hand, that should happen like butter, like if I'm ambidextrous. So I
Wait,
slow
which
that
this
down.
is the this is which what machine is? This is the no, sorry, what parts of the welding thing you're holding?
That's the gun.
The gun? The gun. So
Mhm.
when you put your gun in your left hand, your battery.
Yeah, which I
And
don't
you're right-handed.
understand, but I can't. Yes, I'm right-handed. It's buttery in my left, and it's weird because I can't do it with my left hand for so long because you don't have the strength as the right. So you just feel like, oh man, you're just wearing out this hand real quick. But I get ridiculous results with the left hand, which is wild. And with the right hand, I can do the distance and go the mile. And
Yeah,
just
yeah, you
whatever,
have more
whatever.
endurance.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, bro, it's kind of the same thing in the gym with my working out. It's like my left hand is the weaker hand, but muscle wise, it's bigger. You check.
Mm.
And my theory, the way I made it make sense is because that hand is weaker, you have to do more work for to lift the same thing as the right. You do effortlessly, right? So obviously you're working harder, so you get bigger because you're doing more work. Technically, you check.
See, I want to ask John about that, and I said, like, bro, what if your arms and them are not the same in terms of muscle and strength, or one is bigger than the other? I know they say you're not supposed to just put more weights and work out the other one.
Yeah,
more.
on one. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you can cause a body imbalance and get scoliosis or some shit.
Yeah, your body's dropping on or something.
Yeah. So I don't want to do that. So I'm like, what do you do? Do you do one extra rep with the left, or do you like what? But anyways,
I don't know. Because I've been doing exactly the same thing with both, you check.
Yeah, treating it like
in real life, I use my right hand a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So why is the left hand more muscular in that regard? I don't know.
So yeah, so when it comes to like smoothness and balance, I feel like my left side does that well. So in terms of like skateboarding, would my right foot be forward for strength and like support, and my left foot be the one to kind of, you know, help me balance to go from right to left?
Wondering.
Or do you put the stronger one at the back because it needs the power to control? But if I use my left leg, maybe that might get tired quick.
Because I think you put the stronger one at the back because when it's time for you to do things with the board, like apply the pressure, you're applying the pressure from the back.
Right.
To slide, you know, when you're turning left, you start the lean. You lean with your body, but like your foot position is like, I think most of the weight is on your right foot. Or whatever foot is at the.
That's what I want to try just to see how
the
it
front.
feels.
No, it's the. Boy, I don't know.
I really want to
I'm
try
trying to make
it
it make sense
and think about it from every aspect. Like, okay, what does this like? You know what I mean? I just want to get like a sense for it. So if for somehow somewhere I need the same set of skills, I need to apply it to something else. I don't have like a basis to go off of. Like, oh yeah, you need me to use my legs to balance on this thing. Bet I already have, you know, a skateboard once. I can do this. When John getting Van just come back on the podcast because she went to Antigua recently.
She did what? When was that?
She just came back, like I think last week.
Oh, okay. So I would have missed her anyway.
Probably, maybe. Because if it's you up here 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So you probably could have. Then again, nobody knows. She could have been done it for a month.
Fair enough. Immigration ain't checking shit. Damn, the jig is up.
I want to get her thoughts on what she think about Antigua, the people, because I know she wants to the people vibe. I want to get her perspective on the food, the people, and just the environment. Small, quiet, lively, weird, restricted, I guess at the time, maybe. Because Antigua is not a bad looking place. It's just a different place to see.
People that come to Antigua, right? You know, like how specifically you, right? See, like how you look at Antigua, you see how the potential and how Antigua can be like so much on par with the rest of the world, right? The people who come from the rest of the world that come to Antigua fall in love with Antigua because it's not like the rest of the world. They can get away from all that shit when they come here because life is just as good once you're better off, that is. I mean, if you're poor in one place and you're poor in Antigua, you're poor. Being poor is poor, right?
Poor is poor.
But when it comes to like just the basics, like if you can live a comfortable life, when they're looking at the comfortable level there and comfortable level in Antigua, they fall in love and want to escape where they are and come to a place like Antigua. And that's why places like Antigua stay winning with that, you know, laid back type of, you know, we don't need to get better, whatever, because from the time we start to get better, people from abroad start to see more of what they already had. And it's like, so why the fuck am I coming here?
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean, but I feel like everything can be done in a way where they can still be true to themselves. Like, just imagine if we clean up the roads and cut down on traffic, but everybody could get where they wanted on time because they had a good transit system, right? You kind of give yourself, not to build houses at the side of the road, but let's say because the roads are more accessible, people can make stops on them better, and you can now have different pop-up shops all over, like in St. John's with the whole market and so. I feel like we could really do a good job revamping down there and keeping some of the traffic out of the town. So even though a lot of people walk the streets, because like if you ever walk down Market Street, when everybody done from school and so the roads in them packed.
Yeah.
People walk between and around traffic, and traffic just cool, you know?
Yeah.
So you can still have that people engaging in the streets and so and traffic, but it just I don't know, it just run more smooth.
It's like they're keeping it more. They I guess we're saying it's like, I guess for me, how I would ideally like adjust the situation is I would keep everything so that it's still as historically significant. It still gives people that authentic, I am not in the country I was in no more. This is like a different thing. This is a way of life. This is how they do it here. This is how they've been doing it here for years. So I'm coming to experience this. I would make things like systematic things, like I would focus more on paying with your debit card and using top features and stuff, making orders and stuff more of it, like making it technologically a bit more advanced, but still having the same rugged,
that's all, bro. Like when I think about it, I
don't want to change a bunch of stuff. I just want to make it a bit more efficient
and accessible. So whenever I think about it, I'm thinking, man, where do Antigua even start? Because I always thinking you have to start with the kids them with the education system, but that's not something Antigua can change because you have to go to the whole, they call it
British. We still connected to British.
Yeah, we need to get a new curriculum that not just Antigua can follow, but the rest of the Caribbean, right? Because that's basically what it is. That's something that's going to be difficult to do. So that's not in Antigua's control.
Yeah, you can be more regional approach.
So I can't do nothing about that because that would have been like the groundwork for anything.
Change that and then you don't start guide the direction of the future.
And then I start thinking, okay, maybe to just up the technology, right? If everybody wasn't trying to be greedy in power, and you just give them simple things like, all right, not to go on the credit system, but to just give people the ability to say, hey, instead of walking with a pocket full of change, I'll go deposit that real quick to the bank, and then I'll send you the $2 through this, e-transfer, or, I could just pay some shit right through with my phone. I think the only people who do e-transfers and so is because, the guys who do the ticketing app.
Yeah.
They're working with a bank, I think it's Royal Bank. So you can do e-transfers through an app.
Oh, okay. Send them money, okay.
Yeah,
and
but I think they only have
to be with Royal Bank to do that.
Yes, so it's exclusive to them. I think it's Carl was telling me about it because Carl know them guys, and he helped this lady who work in the sailing to link up with them and create her own. Okay, so what she does, right? She traveled around the world and work with other people on yachts, and because she does that, she needed an efficient way to get paid. So she have this whole barcode thing that she scan her prices. And so it just makes transactions
QR
easier.
stuff and all that,
QR stuff and that kind of stuff. So because she needed that feature, she had to go to these guys and talk to them, and they came up with a solution, and then they partner up with the bank, and then figure out the thing that will work for her. And then the bank also saw the potential because if anybody want that feature, they have to come to them. So I think it's Royal Bank is the bank. I could be wrong. Y'all go find it out. Y'all in Antigua. Anyways, but if that was not accessible for all the banking that people do in Antigua, they could do much more.
I see you.
Yeah.
Like it's like I said, it's a thing that's growing. It wouldn't be in effort to make the present or turn the present into the future. It'd be more so of transition, like, because it's not immediate change. You just start planting the seeds right now.
Yes.
Because this is something I see that when it comes full blown to the scale that we want to, that's still like another 10 years away. Because what I'm thinking, right, is like when you're making them kind of changes and you're bringing in new technology and all them stuff, it's not just you bringing it in and like having people to operate it. It's not only do you need to have somebody to operate it, you have to have somebody who is educating others. So for the first bit of it, you're going to be more hands-on training. Like people will have to get to grasp this thing quicker. You can't just say, I'm bringing this technology here today, but you have to go get a 4-year degree tomorrow to go operate this, because then that's not efficient. Yeah,
For sure.
They got to bring some experienced people with the technology when you buy it, and then they just immediately have to start training people that can immediately be able to like handle everything while they're gonna support them. And then you start picking from them. Okay, who else we gonna bring on as another teacher from this group? Who we gonna leave to work? Okay, and then how are we going to like start to build it further back so that we have resources as far as, you know, human resources go. Yeah,
Oh, I definitely
all
get
that down the line you have to look at.
It's and the majority of people who really gonna have a struggle picking up this shit is old folks.
Oh yeah, this is not even in their jurisdiction. Like that's the thing too, and here's where the ethical part of it comes in too. Because if changing into the most modern technology means putting all these older people out of, you know,
But
then
that's
not right.
But that's not the thing. We're not abolishing the you know, the what's the word? We're not trying to get rid of walking around with money. We're just saying there's an easier way. So people will still take cash because it's cash, but like why walk around with, you know, it's like the potential of getting robbed. Yo, give me your money.
I hear what you say, like where you're going with it, and I feel like okay, just to be clear, when I was talking about all that like experience and training and the down the line, I wasn't specifically talking about like the e-transfer thing. I was talking about like,
oh no, in general, I get that.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, yeah, we don't need all that training for e-transfer. Okay, go ahead.
No, I totally get what you're saying. That made sense, so I didn't bother to touch on it because it made sense.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about like what would prevent old people from really getting more, because they really have all the control in the country. They're the ones who really stuck in their way. They're the ones telling the other kids like, oh, you can't trust ALP, trust UPP, and the kids like, okay, all right.
Okay.
My grandmother say, because you know grandmothers are really trusted source in the community.
Of course, dog.
Yes, grandmother is everything.
It's I don't know. It's one of them where you just have to let them let time handle them, because they have already come to a point where from the time people stop making phone calls and start texting, when that part of life happened, dog, that's when they started being uncomfortable. The phone came in, and they no longer had to like send like you know, letters and all them things and send messages and all them stuff like manually. When they were starting to feel uncomfortable. I mean, as much as, you know, this was convenience to somebody who never seen this before, this is a whole new concept, you check?
What about just picking up a phone and just calling? I was like, yes, granny, but you know, you could just text me.
Yeah.
Me not text.
I just want to call.
What's so wrong with calling?
Yes,
you just pick up the phone and dial a beep boop pop.
And then I can hear if you're good, you know, and then you're texting. And I really realized they really take texting for like a totally different like act of communication.
Yeah.
Like it's like almost because you text, you didn't say what you just said over the call. You know,
you didn't relate like how it really was meant to.
No,
you know?
They understand it differently.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I get it, you know, because this is just like how you used to communicating, but like, you understand this is the direction of the world, whether you want it or not. You check?
Yeah, it's like cool. You don't like it, but eventually it'll grow on you because it's not something we're forcing on you.
My grandfather, 80, bro, in his 80s, and he's literally like he gets mad when he's home, everybody home, and he look around at everybody just on their phone, because he cannot understand what the hell on that phone there. And why everybody must be in it, and why nobody talking. You check, and he will literally get mad and tell, he tell big people in the 50s, no, throw it out, put on the phone. I found out what is wrong with you. You check, that this man just refused from the time these things came out, you check, to just not give any attention to it. I remember one time, like a couple years ago, it was on Skype, dog, when we were video chatting, this man, And this man actually wasn't Skype, it was after Skype. So, you know, video chat and stuff was like already like known to the thing. I'm at video chat this man, and this man couldn't understand how the hell he could see me. I'm like, first of all, this ain't you. You just choose to keep ignoring these things.
Check, I'd have been like, grandfather, you see why we don't put the phones down? Because we're talking to people in China.
Bro, my grandma, your wife, who's literally with you 24/7 because you're like her caretaker because you can't walk. Y'all are literally together 24/7. She has her cell phone. She has her iPad. She be video calling us. We call her. You check? Like that's like all, like we're able to do all of that with grandma, right? So just to put in retrospect, if grandma, the way how we communicate and stuff, if grandma kicks the bucket tomorrow, granddad's stranded.
Check,
He can't talk to no. He can't say he can
alone.
take up the iPad and say he can call the grand picnic, or we can call him and he know how to answer it.
Check.
You know?
The man
And
could
it's
be
not out of
touching. The man could be touching shit, and he's like, "Wait, nothing happened." Turns out the battery dead for weeks.
check, man. Say, oh shit, you know, like he just would not know where to start, and it's all his fault. It's all his fault. I used to
And
cuss my man. I'm like,
It's crazy too because like some old folks, they try to fight it. I'm not gonna do it, and then 10 years down the line, they're
awful.
like, yeah, they're getting into it, and they're just like, "What? It's kind of nice, man." And then they won't put it down, and they're all about the technology. And I'm like, you could have been in it a long time ago.
I was gonna kick you about him because you knew, like, you're just stubborn, bro.
For no
Stubborn. I'm
reason.
like, what are you trying to accomplish? I remember when BlackBerry and sister and this smartphone started come out, right? And all the regular phone people was like, well, I need a phone for do a call. Remember that? Remember that? That used to be a big someone. Then didn't see the need for none of that. They just something that people just know for one for any things and all that something. I mean, need a phone for me, dial number, me can call anybody.
What we need camera and music for?
You know, camera and phone are not a toy. It's not a toy. But now, the cell phone, boss, right now, you try and travel without a cell phone. Or with a cell phone that can only make call. You try to do that.
Honestly,
Because first
we
and
need to
foremost,
bring
to
those
leave
back.
Antigua, dog, you need to download an app on your phone, the Arrive Canada app. And when you go to Air Canada or WestJet to check in, if you don't have the app with the information filled in that you have to upload into the app, you're filling in data, doing surveys, taking pictures of your documents and stuff, and put it to your app. If you don't do all that, you cannot check in to board your flight.
Wait, they don't do no print your passport, print your email or your ticket and information no more. They don't take that kind of information.
Oh no,
Oh,
they do all that.
Or
but
they
like,
still do that manual
separate.
shit.
They can still do it. There's no need. Literally, all you need to ever give the desk is your passport, because everything connected to like the one number, the code, like your identity. So everything will come up. But as far as it goes, since COVID and stuff, they do all the chatting you would basically do with the immigration and all the declaration forms and all them stuff. All them stuff is taken care of digitally. They start the process on your phone before you leave or you disembark to the destination you went to. And then when you reach Canada, you just have to go to the kiosk and then just put in a few more things. You see an agent for 2 seconds. He just verified that what you have on the paper is good, and you walk through.
You see,
You check?
all bad things come with a hidden gem to them. That's why when I'm having bad times, I'm like, where's the good in this bad? You know?
Yeah. It's like, what's the
Because-
lesson we learned
Yeah,
here?
where's the lesson? Something here.
This is there.
'cause
Is
I
there?
have to look for it. I have to see it because it can't just all be bad. You know what I mean? So people keep saying that this is the Great Reset and they're going into the new world or the new era, the new whatever they say. They say other things, right? And it's not wrong to say that this pandemic really put certain things into place. Like otherwise, it wouldn't have happened this way. It would have took longer, but because everybody had to distance and they could kind of change up the infrastructure that way. Is why we even have I'm not gonna say why we have Web3 because that was coming regardless. But it's just certain things of how we do business day to day to cut down from doing things manually. We embrace the technology more, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah. So I feel like Antigua probably need a hurricane. I'm not wishing a hurricane on Antigua, which I know y'all in the zone, right? I'm not wishing it because we're in January, hurricane season. But I feel like Antigua need a hard reset. Maybe some buildings need to go. And y'all like, oh shit, the land open up. Let's go make proper buildings now. Not wishing no injury or damage to my country. I'm just saying the pandemic wasn't a good enough reset. I might even not put this in the episode. But
Let's see. This one controversial, boy.
I'm just saying, maybe y'all need a push. And it might be a a drastic push. God's plan. It might be a, a drastic push, but I don't know, man. Like, how do you get people to see potential and said we can't just force the future on us right now, but let's
Oh,
take.
you can, bro. You can. I mean, you can. You can. Basically, what's happening now is the future is being forced, right? But what you do is you force it in a way, bro. You're basically doing what you do with kids. You know, kids don't like to do certain things, so you dress it up a certain way, so they do it and don't realize that they're doing the thing they hate, or you just do things so that their perspective changes, and then they kind of like are distracted by the fact. That's how you really get to stubborn people, and they're like, oh shit, well, oh damn, but it wasn't that bad, because if you realize, bro, everything that's in the world now, at one point it was taboo. At one point, everything that was taboo, whether it's technology, whether it's social status and behavior, like what was acceptable behavior, dress, bro. At one point, women look at like in church, bro. At one point, women could not wear pants.
Bro,
If you work out wearing pants in these streets, you are a Jezebel.
I have an auntie that still never wear jeans pants in her life.
To this day, she is in a long skirt.
Long skirt.
You said,
I
"Oh,
say,
you forever
"Hey, auntie,
ventilated."
Why you don't put on a pants? She's like, me don't like pants. Plus my body high. I was like, okay, there's a lot of things, right, going on, because
Just get high waist pants,
that's
bro.
not. And I'm like, you just use this as an excuse. Like, what's the real reason? Is it religion? Is it culture? What is it? Because nobody can just resist pants, bro.
I'm saying, bro.
You know how sick pants is?
You just say no, can't have that.
No long pants, no short pants, no nothing.
No pants. You just live this. You live in this world, live this life with no pants.
If that skirt have
I'm saying-
legs underneath it, you don't wear it, bro.
You know, she even trick herself. She said, "No, I can't do it. It's a secret." Yo, that's crazy, bro. Yo, but that's literally how people are, bro. They stuck to their ways, and the only way to like change that is by slowly priming and introducing them to like a new environment where they're
So-
slowly accepting it without realizing. You can't push them too hard, is all I'm saying.
What you're saying is I should burn down my auntie house and then put pants on her doorstep.
Okay. But no, if your auntie house burn down and pants are the only thing she have left, you don't think she go wear them?
No, I think my auntie will walk around the place naked.
And see, so she fall into the category of people that just got half dead. She half dead off because that's a lost cause. The people who are my grandpa, that nigga's a lost cause. I know that nigga's a lost cause. I know. Well, literally, when he be doing shit that pissing off the rest of my family, I'm like, why you all mad? If you all look at this man's characteristics, right? The way how he has reacted to certain things and things in general, you would realize that this is like acceptable behavior. Because if he was to do something other than this, I would be concerned because it's not like him. This is the reaction I thought he was going to have because this is how this man.
He's not
Jack-
out of character. This is him.
Yeah, Jack, this is him. He just doing something that he would have always done. Why y'all acting surprised and mad?
That's why I
Y'all
never
don't know
got.
him?
That's why I never got people. It's like they are surprised years in. Like I do it sometimes. Not gonna lie. But it's like this person has been their true self or been this way for so long, and you're still
From the
surprised at some of the shit that they do. You're like,
Exactly. I'm just like, so when he did it 50 times before, that didn't show you that, hey, maybe this is kind of how this nigga is.
well, see, sometimes when I'm in that situation, I'm like, I was just hoping that you just one day will change.
I did see it. That's when you realize the problem wasn't them. It was you.
It was me.
Having false your perception. You
just
had all the
waiting.
information to know.
I was
but
in
you just
denial.
wanted something better. You set that for yourself. And
I
now
s-
you're disappointed. You're mad at them.
I saw the potential. I saw what you could have, but it's not my place to say do this and do that or be like this. I just have to accept you for who you are.
But that's why I stay out of it, bro. I really be staying out of it, bro. I see shit, I'm like, bro, it don't make sense to care because there's a lost cause, bro.
Which is scary because like if I was to run that principle, I would literally not care about a lot of people.
Oh no,
And
but take them as they come. Like you. I'm saying once you realize this is that person should not. What they do, you already expect. But you're not going to set that one standard for everyone. Like you're taking everybody as they come, and once you realize, yeah, this is this person, that needs to just become a fact until proven otherwise. So I'm only living with the information you have provided me with, not anything that I've created on my own.
No, but the way how I communicate and socialize with people, it be annoying me.
Oh,
You check?
okay, so you, yeah.
So I'm just like, man, if this thing bother me so much, leave it alone. Go somewhere else. But I'm just like, I kind of like this person.
Yeah. No, that's because like I realize, bro, if like living in a world with people that you have to interact with, that's always gonna be a constant. I can get up and decide one day I'm gonna run away and live up in the bush to avoid all contact with people because I hate people, and that might work, but I'm not stopping a freaking bunch of explorers from running up in this hill and just end up on my doorstep and being like, "Oh wow, you live here? Tell us about your life." Because then guess what? They now interact with me again, and there's nothing I could have done about it. Check. And I'm like, you can't tackle the problem from that angle. You just have to understand that this is a constant. How do I work with the constant? Because you can't change it just because you don't like it. Just because you don't like it don't mean you can change it. You can, depending, but like not, it don't work so everything. So some things you just have to understand. You're just going to have to accept it.
Nah,
and if you don't accept it, well, it's you. You're uncomfortable, but I'm chilling.
Nah, that's not ideal, man. Just fuck everybody. Give me a neck. Let me punch you. Conform to my mind.
It was, bro. Like when I was in high school, bro. Like I have a friend that I consider a brother, and me and this man would argue, bro. Argue things that I would swear to you are logical, common sense things that should not even be the subject of an argument, right? And this man, for the love of God, couldn't. I don't know. The way how I viewed it is that he didn't want to agree. Right? Because that's the only logical way I could see that this man wasn't making sense. Like he just wasn't making sense on purpose in my head. And it wasn't like until like coming to the end of it, I really realized, fam, it's not so much that he's fighting against me. He's really just sticking to him because that's who he is. He hold what he think higher. You check? And he's not somebody that you can easily convince, even if the facts are there. And that's just this nigga. You check? And from there, I realized like it helped me argue with him because I already knew where the argument was going to end up, and I wasn't upset when I got there. I knew this was where I was going anyway, so I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." Well, I done. I bet. So I eat. You check? Rather than your boy just frig you and come out here and see, you know?
Dog. Like that's usually my problem with people too, because I'm just like, y'all know me, right? And if I blow a fuse, y'all know what kind of fuse I blow. It was not a hateful fuse. It was a frustrated, what? You know? And it's just like, all right, whatever. Let's shut up and just do something else. You know? Some people be taking that shit to heart. I'm just like, bro, I am not like, okay, maybe you might be offended. I have no place to say I'm not offended you, right? But you know that wasn't my intentions. Yeah. And you knew if I was trying to hurt you, I wouldn't do it like this. You know what I mean? So I'm just like,
you see,
I'm not coming out to hurt anybody in the first place. So I don't see that ever being an option. So, and if I do, it's clearly jokes. We that's the guidelines of it. It's jokes, so you can't get offended. That's the rule.
Bro, I used to look at it that way. And that used to make me personally justify a lot of the things I did and the way I did things and like my perspective, right? Because of my intent, you shouldn't feel away, right? But the problem there is I can't tell you how to feel.
Yes.
As a person, I cannot tell another person how to feel.
What
so if you tell me I have offended you, that's a fact. That's a constant. I have offended you. Regardless of if I feel I've offended you or not, you're telling me, you're communicating to me that this is how you feel. And it's based on how I value your feelings, how I'm going to respond from that point. Because if I don't like you, I could be like, well, fuck your feelings, you know? But if there's somebody I care about, I'm like, okay, well, you know I didn't intend to, but I understand that the damage is still done. So I do apologize that that's the reaction, but like it really wasn't my intent. And I'll just try and explain it over, you know, so that they at least see. But I realized, dog, if from the time you do not validate somebody else's feelings when they fully present it to you, there's no point to even progressing past that point. Everything is going to lead to negative results, even if you feel like the argument was solved. You know, you say, well, I didn't mean to, and I said, oh, well, okay, well, I'm sorry that I made a fuss. Because, the argument done, but then that person feeling like you don't care about how they feel now, and that could just build up and cause the next thing down the line. I'm like, bro, humans complicated. you can't.
But
Being
it's not like
headstrong with
if
people don't work. That's
it's
all.
not like if you're not giving them the opportunity to express their feelings. If my friend pissed and upset at me, cool. But you need to understand that this is me, right? I'm not trying to offend, but I'm also aware that this is how you feel. So express it. But don't hold it against me, bro.
Yeah, that's the part. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying here, so you kind of have to try too.
Like if you need
You
the
know?
space to like calm down or walk away or think about it, cool. That's you. Cry, bex, punch,
Yeah.
whatever.
React how you need to. React.
Yes, but get over it. Get over it.
But let's work to getting over. Yeah, to fix it after. Yeah, don't just. Yeah, it's the people that like lock you off and like climb up and like hand it that way. That's like this is not productive. Like what was the point?
Like even if you need a little space or time, you deserve it. And I'm not saying that you should tell me because whatever. But at the end of the day, do it. But you can't be holding it against me.
No, and that's what I mean. That's why God said forgive and forget, no, because that's exactly what people do. You're wrong. Somebody wrong you, and not only do you remember it, but you hold it against them. Whether it was wrong that was intended to be wrong or not. If you had just forgiven and forget, it wouldn't have been a problem.
And God also said, what do you call it? 70 times 7, how that thing go turn the other cheek? Or
what's 70 times 7?
You should forgive somebody 70 times 7 and turn the other cheek if they wrong you, right? I give people bare chances, right? So when I done exhaust those chances, I'm just tired and I'm moving on. A lot of people think I'm petty because I move on. It's like, oh, I just do this and that a couple times. I was like, yeah, it's couple times, right? But it's not like if I haven't shared my concerns. I was like, hey, I don't like when you do that, or why you always doing this? You react this way, or I make sure I talk it out or say something. And if I realize it's something you're not even making an effort to try to fix or to solve or to correct, I'm like, it is water on duck's back. It don't make no sense. You're wasting your time, your breath, your effort. And I'm not chasing behind somebody to treat me how I want to be treated. I'll just go somewhere else. It's not gonna hurt me.
Yeah, fair enough. As far as you're concerned, you're not losing nothing.
I'm losing something.
Have that right to.
I'm losing a potential friend, a close friend, somebody who I thought. But you push me to the limits. You're like, clearly you don't respect me, or you don't respect some aspect of me.
And it's out of you having respect for yourself that you remove yourself from the situation as far as you're concerned. Yeah. What I'm saying, you're still protecting what is valuable to you, and that's your inner peace type thing. So when a person like literally somebody say, yo, I feel like it's best that I not associate with another person or blah blah blah. Me never argue with that person because you're already telling me what is on the inside and what that's projecting to you. So I'm like, yeah, I would never like your approach. I don't wrong it, but I'm just like, some things didn't have to be this way because I see where the problem was, and it was just this lick up spot that caused the whole thing to spoil. It's like, and it's those I'll be trying to save. But like, if it's like an overall, like, then I'll be like, nah, just go your own way. Man, I don't like. Not all the time it's petty. I feel like more so the way that you go about, or the way you explain it is like petty because you still do it with your feelings. You check?
Oh, definitely. But it's something that I thought about for a good while. It's like, I'm not the first one to just say, oh, you did this thing that annoyed me for the first time. I'm going to say something about it. I let it sit. I figure out why I hate this thing, why it annoys me. I try to get to the bottom of it. If I can't, I said, all right, let's see how I feel about it a couple more times. Because in honesty, if something happened to you a bunch of times, eventually you're going to get accustomed to it. It's not going to affect your body as much. But if it keeps getting worse, you're like, all right, maybe I have to address it. Maybe something that could be controlled or, restrained, or just, with awareness, just be aware that it's happening, right? So I voice it. And I kind of try to do like a whole, do it 3 times, and if not, fuck it. So I come to you like 3 times on it. I don't want to come back the 4th time because clearly you're not listening, and that's something I hate.
Yeah.
And
no, I feel.
Yeah. So I feel like even if I come with emotions all the time backed, telling you like, I get it. It's a lot sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's a decision that I made logically.
Something you chose to do with the information you had.
And then I'm not going against it, because then if I start going against things that I tell myself, then where does it end?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get that house on the hill.
Yeah. Man, people is a whole study. Like, there should be a whole degree that you go to school. Well, I guess it's psychology. Never mind. Well, no, dog. Like, from like all that I've learned from people, like I did learn some of it. Like, no, I didn't learn the principles of people, like how people act and so from like studying. I learned it from like just watching and observing and seeing how people act in different situations, and how one person who, you know, you think is straight ends up being not so straight on their path or whatever in a different, you know, and then you're like, wow, I expected better from you. You know, I didn't expect you would ever do this type of thing. We just have to understand, you know, we're constantly changing. We ourselves are not a constant. We try to be.
Even if you follow the science to the biology, we're not the same person as yesterday. Our cells, we kill it, like dying, and we build. Like, look, if my cells had some portion of who I'm going to be in the future, nobody would ever know. Like, let's say each cell in your body contained a memory or a fact that makes you who you are to your core. By the time you're 20, you're not the same person in thought, in soul, in mind. You know what I mean? You just change, because experience change you. Experience with people, experience with things, experience with mortality. You ever think about mortality, dog? Like, yeah, about your own mortality. That should be getting so deep and dark. You reach revelations time and time again. And something is just like, I don't want no more revelations. Let me not think about it. So it's just like, you know, you're going to meet change in certain things. You're just like, I'm not ready. I don't want it.
Yeah. And for me, I more so focus on what I see. If I see something that my hand can move, I look at it as something that I'm in control of. I can affect that. You know, if this becomes a problem, I can handle it, because I know I have the ability to move that thing, right? So whatever it is, I have to work hard or whatever, but I can handle it. But when it comes to other situations, I'm like, I know that nothing I say or do influences that, or the outcome of that situation, or it's going to be like what it is. It is what it is. Once anything is viewed that way, I just don't put my heart to it. There's no point, for me at least, because I'm a person. I just think. I think about it, and I'm like, okay, and then I get emotionally involved in what I'm thinking about, and then when I realize I can't do nothing about it, I'm broken. And I'm like, I can't keep breaking myself over things I know I don't need to be broken over. So I just avoid it mentally.
Bro, it's two things before I forget. It's about Jaren and his reasoning, and the other one is about Kadeem. So I'll go with Kadeem first. I was talking to Kadeem the other day, right?
Recently?
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
Okay.
And we were talking about some stuff. I think it was either games or some anime or manga shit, right? And I said, yo, you ever watch or seen this? And he's like, nah, I saw a review and they say shit. So I was like, and you just stopped there from some other man's opinion? He's like, yeah, but the way he was talking about, I was like, so you didn't try it for yourself? He's like, no, but the review, I'm like, so this man came in hating, so he already dictate the whole vibe of that thing that he's reviewing. Hate. Find the flaws. Don't make no sense. But if you went and watched the trailer, or you play the game or read the thing for yourself, you might come to another conclusion, you know? So I tell people, not like, if you come into something negative, all you see is negative. So if you come into it positively with the intention of being open to it or to accept it, you enjoy it until you don't.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And I heard it somewhere, and I think it was maybe a class Evian was having. Actually, I don't even know, but it's somewhere, and it's about perspective, and it's basically the fact that I'm pretty sure it was Evian's class. The prof was saying, and I know this stuff is true, that your perspective, when they said the human mind have power, right? It's talking about the perspective, because your perspective drives you, right? If I think you don't like me, everything you say and do, I'm going to already be taking it in, expecting to find things you're exhibiting to show you don't like me.
Yes.
You know? I'm a view it that way, and I'm already going to process you could be the nicest person, but for some reason I have reason to think you don't like me, then everything you do is going to show me that. You check? Because that's all I'm seeking to find validation. So, from my perspective, I'm trying to see why what I think makes me think that whatever. I'm just find reason. You find reason
Check.
to back up what you think, or you believe, or you perceive stuff to be, and then that would just carve you into like what you become. Like you literally can become a monster because of how you perceive things to be. You literally become a terrorist because you perceive the things that your government is doing to be detrimental to what you believe, right? But because of your perspective,
Yeah,
like it's literally that little thing that makes humans. If you have a victim mentality, you move like a victim.
it goes the mile, bro.
When you're if you have a conquer mentality, nothing will bother you like that because you already know whatever it is. It's something that you just have to deal with, and you will deal with it, and life won't go on because life just goes on. That's just a fact. Life goes on, bro. It's not necessary to say, in the middle of that, you shouldn't adhere to your feelings and all that. No, you're human. You're gonna feel what you feel. You're gonna feel stressed. You're gonna have your time to like break down whatever. But like you just can't dwell in it, or let those feelings and reactions guide you in what you're gonna do. You just allow yourself to feel, but not allow yourself to be controlled. That's what I say.
It was just so weird that you would just take somebody else's opinion and call it your own.
Boom.
Instead of coming to your own and being like, I actually do agree with him, because nobody agree with somebody 100%. I could hear Pastor preaching facts from the book and be like, well, I don't think Jesus was really walking on water. That sounds far-fetched. But it's a miracle.
Said it right there.
I just take that kind of information. I can't walk on water. I know I'm not Jesus, but it just don't seem possible. I'm questioning it.
Yeah.
Shenanigans somewhere. But I need to understand that God wasn't a regular man. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. But then he made his disciples do other miracles. So, the dynamic switch. I have to ask questions. I have to see it for myself and not just word them out. I have to understand and dissect and be like, all right, boom. This is the facts. I hear the facts. This is how I feel about the facts. And I'm accepting it, but I'm still questioning that bitch.
Yep.
But people just be like, yeah, he right. Or that sound reasonable. Or I don't like it either. Why? Because he making points.
Bro, it's like, what even do?
Bro, I know what it was. I was telling him about Horizon. That game I was telling you I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And he's like, oh, I heard it's not really good. I was like, partner, I've played it. My first immediate reaction to it was, I don't think I'm gonna like this game. And Jan said it's a story game. I was like, okay, let me see. 5 minutes into the game, I done ready in it. 2 hours, this is my game.
For you.
I don't want to play nothing else but this. You check?
Yeah.
I know, I'm trying to say, all right, boom, I want to share this joy and excitement with somebody else. I was like, I saw a review and they say this and stuff and the graphic. Who give a fuck about the graphics?
Nobody.
Like this man talking about like, things moving at some 60 hertz and you can see the frames. Bro, I never even see a frame in a video I'm taking. And that's on like a Nokia 1100 with no camera. Bro, I can't see it sometimes. The way how technology is right now, it's so good. Nobody's who looking at pixels.
You check. What is that? Wow, this bank 10 megapixels. Sweet.
Bro, man used to play on the Nintendo 65.
Check. Content as hell no.
Content. Shit got better and we still like, this is nice. And you tell me at a point where shit real nice and you're like, it could be better. Who the fuck looks at you can't what?
Bro, it's a never ending thing. That's why there's always progression and change in the world.
Bro, I understand the need for progression and stuff, right? But you're telling me you can't enjoy what you have access to. The first thing is this could be better.
Bro, you don't realize the rich just focus on getting richer.
Yeah, but poor people is the one that have the problems.
I'm saying.
How the rich keep making stuff and we keep consuming, right?
Yep.
And I understand that we're gonna also just keep consuming because you just want the better thing. But they're not even trying to enjoy the thing that they just spent their money on.
No. They acquire and they're on to the next. All right, I've acquired it. I feel like acquiring things is what enjoyment is for them people. I've acquired it, so like, what's the next thing? What can I enjoy next?
Like all these phones that they're bringing out, dog.
What?
the change isn't even that far from the last 5.
Oh,
And even if there's like something that's drastically changed, like the speed or the resolution,
yeah.
I can tell you only a computer can pick up the difference, or somebody who's into tech that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, somebody, bro, I know. But yet, we out here, the basic consumer acting like this is law.
You
This
check?
is
Whoa.
gospel. What it needs, bro. I know. And bro, perspective.
That's what it is, bro.
Perspective.
So
Correct.
that so I did a podcast with Jaren and Savian the other day, right?
Mm.
And at the end of the conversation, me and Jaren got into this little argument after I stopped recording. So I was like, that's good content, right? But no matter what the argument was about, the fact is we realized something at the end is I'm the type of person who thinks that there is a reason for every decision, for doing it or not doing it. And Jan is the type of person who he don't have a reason. He just does like it or doesn't
Yeah.
like it.
Okay. No. Yeah. I can. Yeah. That's you for sure, and that's him. I'm like that sometimes too. I'm like in between.
So I couldn't wrap my brain around him not having a reason for not doing the thing or doing the thing.
Mm.
So he's there trying to tell me, bro, it's just what it is. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
impossible. Have you sat down and thought about why you don't like it? And
It's
he's
like,
like, I don't have to because,
yeah, you don't have to.
and even if I do, I can't give you a reason. It's just I don't like it. I was like, that's weird. Because I was telling him, it's not that I'm trying to get at you or so that you're wrong or you need to follow me. I just want to know where this is coming from. Yes. Because if
But you know what I
I say,
found too?
go ahead.
It's usually people like that type of mindset is what stops people from like being in touch with themselves and their feelings and like reality, you know? Because you're basically doing things blindly, right?
Mm.
If I was to bonfire on man, that's a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as is done, you know? It's like I'm doing it just because, and I've never put no thought into it. I'm gonna just keep doing that, and regardless of how I actually feel about the topic, I wouldn't really know because I never really tried to.
You never
assess it.
sat down and thought about like why you said that or did that.
I thought about it and like, why am I really burning fire this man? Do I really believe that he's less than because of, you know? No, a lot of them niggas never even, you know.
You check his decision, this grown ass person decided to do.
You check. Why do I do it? Oh, the reason I do it is because that's the first thing I heard when I was growing up. You know, that's the first diss I hear somebody slap onto somebody. It's like, and after that, I just never questioned it.
You check? So
And there's a lot
basically,
to that.
the whole conversation was coming, right? And he kept giving me information. And I'm just like, where's all this coming from? Is it just coming from an abyss that he himself knows not what the words are coming out is going to be? Because I'm thinking, if I say, man, I could say something real wild, guys, but it's just a thing. If I say death to all the gays, right? That's coming from a place.
Yeah.
Where is it? Why would you want?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Why would you want all gays to die, bro? Like, do you hate them or people or what? What is it?
It's like, what is it?
Where
you
is it
mean?
coming from?
Yeah.
And if
What
I sit down,
happened?
and if I dissect it, I'm just like, I just said that thing because I could.
Yep.
You know? I have a mode. It's like I don't believe it. I don't, I just said it. Like maybe it's to fit into the crowd that I'm in, but I'm really just trying to figure out where is this coming from.
Yeah.
You check? But John said, no, I said that shit, and not that John would, but in that
This is
same
like reason
scenario.
I said that shit, and that's it.
And I just couldn't wrap my brain around it, dog. So what it was something he said he didn't like. And I said, what do you mean you don't like this thing?
I drink alcohol or something?
Yes, alcohol, thanks.
Yeah.
He was saying that he don't drink alcohol no more. He don't like it. I was like, wait, you never liked it? He's like, nope, never did. So I was like, that's weird. Because you always drinking. He's like, no, I just did it because people were doing it. So I was like, so you drank.
I feel like that's the honest part of it. That part.
I can understand that, right?
That part.
Because then we start going, he's like, it's a group activity. We're going out to like casually drink, but he don't like drinking. All that was understandable, right? But at first he was saying, I don't like drinking. And I just need to know the reason why, right? And I said, is it the taste that you don't like? Is it the feeling that you don't get? Because they vary. So I'm trying to figure out, is it the dryness, the bitterness, the pain, the whatever? Like, what about it you don't like? Right? He just said, I just don't like it. So no, I'm just like, impossible.
Oh. Mm,
I'm just trying to figure out where it's coming from. Right?
okay.
Because the giant, I ain't know, giant used to always go and drink, even if it's just socially. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, you like alcohol? I said, I don't drink often. I sometimes drink socially or once in a while. I want to like feel fancy on a weekend. So I drink some Disaronno just for like woohoo. And it's not a lot, right? And I do like the taste of Disaronno. I don't like the rest. This is just my niche. I found the things that I like.
Yeah, this is
right?
you. This is something you like, yeah.
So yeah, and he just what he came down to an answer that was decent for me is that he said he didn't feel any kind of dopamine when it comes to that thing.
You don't make him feel good.
Yeah, and I said that is a good reason I can accept.
Yeah. Because that's an actual reason, you know.
If I feel nothing towards this thing, why do it? It's just a waste of your time and whatever. You don't gain nothing for, you know what I mean? So when I said, if this is your base point and it's just all dopamine and you feel it now and you don't feel it then and that's why you don't do it. Reason, I can't fight that. That's literally your body saying,
It's like that's you and everything that you need to be.
So the man said, bro, why you kill it? Dopamine. I get it. I get it. It's you. It's just you. Your body enjoys it.
See, I think another thing too is for you too, like this is a target to you, for you to understand too, is Jaron in that situation and in general, like Jaron did have a reason, right? But what it was is his reason wasn't a good enough reason.
Meaning, that's what he was saying.
For you, it's like his reason is literally, well, I already didn't like it in the first place. I only used to do it because everybody else is doing it or whatever. And for you, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I need more. Whereas for him, well, that's all I really needed. That's all the information I needed to make the decision, actually. So by you asking me for more, I don't really have more for you because I didn't need more than this to make this decision. You check? And then that's where the two of y'all have that like slight disconnect where because you're basically asking him for what doesn't exist really. No, he only finding these points because you're asking, but he don't care about these points.
Yeah, but no, the question is, do you sit down and think, what really is it? Like, even if you had nothing and you sit down and you look, maybe you could find something. But do you give yourself the time to sit down and look? Is what I also wanted to know.
I think it depends on the scale of this decision. You know?
So it always depends on how important you consider it to be, right? I'm gonna give it my time to actually figure out where this is coming from. I treat everything as I need to see where this is coming from. You know? Yeah. I understand people not like that. So I'm wondering, like, the reason that you don't have an answer is because you don't have the time to find one or figure it out, or you're just like, it's beneath me to figure out this this thought to this thing that has no relevance or importance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for a lot of people, it just wasn't a hard decision to make in the first place. So this level of thought wasn't necessary. It was as easy as deciding, am I going to wear my black shoes today? Am I going to wear my white shoes?
Yeah.
And the reason is, well, I like this one better than this one. That's it.
That's the base. That's what I mean, Jaron. That's what I mean, everyone. It's like, I know that they have some decisions that are just base level, like, oh, what you want? Chicken or chips? No, give me some chips. Why you want chips? It's like the morning time. You know what? Why do I want chips? It just seemed like the easiest thing to handle, and I only mess it up 2 fingers if I think about it. But when I initially gave my answer, I didn't really think about it until I had like a second or two to really hear myself. I said, you just said chips over chicken. You know what I mean? So when I ask the question and you give an answer, I understand that's base answer, cool. But let's dig a little deeper. No, at this point, I'm expecting everybody to think about, okay, why did I say that? So now we're on a journey together to figure out where this is coming from. And that's all it is. I feel like there's a reason for everything. And if we sit down and think about it, we can find that reason. And I'm like, are you willing to try to figure it out? Are you willing to see how deep it goes?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's just the curious part of me then.
How far are you trying to go? Yeah, it's really just about how real some people are with themselves and how much they actually put towards that, like the decisions they make. Because like I said, a lot of people make decisions just because they have to, not because it's like in their interest. This is something I always wanted to do. A lot of people are not really into that because there's just so many other things in their life that take priority that they don't even have time to be bothered by this. These internal matters, you check? It's, when my rent is due and I just don't have a job and my kid's hungry and blah blah blah. I have this to do, I have this to do, blah blah blah. I don't have time to worry about what I think about what I think about, you know. So like it's easy for a person like that to just be so
Caught up in life.
caught up in life that they really just like
Have a second.
like
to
you
think.
you ask them these questions is a waste of time to them.
I get that. I definitely
know?
do.
It's like a waste of time. It's like, bro, why you like this does nothing for me, you know. Answering this question doesn't change anything, you know. It's like, so what's the point to even like putting my effort and, you know, trying to figure this out, you know? And that's just a lot of people. It's like, yo, bro, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. No white people shit. I don't give it a chance, you know.
But in a podcast setting, though, can't you give it the time? Because literally, we're making a time to just have a talk and a discussion. So you're already allocating like time to this thing. So it's wherever it goes. But like, at least, you know, this is the time we can dive. This is diving time. You feel me? Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. So okay. So you mean given the time and place? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Because everything at the end of the day is time and place. I'm not asking to drive on the road and say, hey, where does it indicate that way? You didn't have to go over there.
There and then type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. No, I got you. Well, I guess it's most an understanding that you have to come into it, you know, because mind you, we really be popping up in this like as how we are on the road, how we are in real life, how like the same way how me and Tim are talking here now. I don't think we'd be talking any differently if we're sitting in the car chatting.
Mm.
You check. So it's not like we're coming with like that in mind. So I feel like we just have to like say, yo, when we're on the podcast, we're here to like
dive,
check everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more appropriate because that's literally the reason why we're here, you know?
Yes.
So it's not like, you know? So I feel like maybe that's just not like what this is viewed as.
If you think about
like,
it,
what are you doing,
everybody listening right now fucking eavesdrop into the conversation. Like your mother didn't teach you manners.
Yeah, check. Two big man have conversation.
Two big man talk and I also listen. No, I'm telling you.
I'm talking. And like honestly, it's yeah. And I feel like maybe that's why you and Jaron was bucking heads on here too.
Which I'm trying to tell him, I'm not coming after you, bro.
It's like,
I'm not trying to impose my ideas and thoughts on you. I'm just trying to figure out why.
It's fine now. People know where I stand as far as this podcast goes. Just because of the dynamic you and Jaron have, I'm automatically considered the voice of reason. No, voice of reason. Voice of reason. Because you can't be voice of reason because you're always in combat with Jaron. You check? So I have to be the one that comes in and be like, yeah, so this is what, you know, and just like, be the voice of reason for all of it. And that's funny to me because I'm like, y'all just kill me.
Bro, that's the same thing Savion was saying. Because like, yo, I'm sorry, I said we're leaving, but we're still here talking. And he's like, nah, this is entertaining as fuck.
That's why I tell you, dog, like literally when y'all be on here going off for each other, that's when everybody's strapping in. People pull up the popcorn, you know.
Everything. See, and I tell Jared that because then he can use that as fuel.
He can say, yeah, fuel. Because, yo, honestly, if y'all had this on video, bro, in person.
Yeah, if it was video to see all these hand movements and face expressions.
Boy, that man with it, you know.
I added their broke ribs. No, because a couple times when I'm asking him some stuff and I'm just like, yo, you hear what he just said, right? Like, you get what I'm coming from, right? And they're like, yeah, I get what you're coming from. And I'm like, so how come my friend here that know me for so long seems to fighting me on things that everybody is on board with? And it's not like if I'm going out of my way to be like, nah, Jaren, everything you say is wrong. I'm just saying, are you seeing what I'm saying?
Sure. And guys, Timon be like, yo, everyone, you heard, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you stop it? I'm like, first of all, this is good ass content. You know, like this is prime fighting. We should have said this out on Saturday nights. You checked? Because literally people be literally out here wanting to see y'all go at each other. It's like it's really entertaining for real. And that's literally why I be so quiet. I be lost. I be entertained by you all as if I'm not a part of the entertainment. I mean, it's just taking me. I'm like, yo, me over here smile and laugh now. I'm like, oh shit, wait, I'm a part of this too.
So me and Jaron, we were talking about some shit, right? It was a little bit slow because we were talking about an alpha male and a self-preservation person. Like, who would be a better leader to have? And we start diving into this whole yeah, I'll go here with this, so I don't have to get into the details. But it's basically like if they had to lead a clan in a world where there's different clans, who would lead best and how they will come to like survive in this world, right? And we start going off on a tangent. And I was saying a person who is a leader and values self-preservation would provide more protection for his people than the alpha male, right?
Yeah, okay, round that part. Repeat that.
In a setting where you have an alpha male as a leader, I wanted to know what Jaron thoughts on that would be, because he was talking about like men had to be a certain way. So I was like, okay, what if you had the manliest man who does all the right things, an alpha male in the sense of what Jaron was saying, and he had to lead a camp, right? How well would he have done it over a period of time? Because I feel like somebody who a weak person who only cares about his safety and preserving his life would be a really good leader to have also.
Yeah, but he would be a good. What's the situation? Is the war situation like what's required? Is it like a war situation, or is it like we're trying to be? Are we trying to defend, or are we also trying to be on offensive?
Okay, so the scenario that I put is you live in a world where it's back in the old days where we just getting wheels and so on, carts and stones, and we still fighting with spears and arrows. So we hunting for food, and to the north there's trees and crops and fruits and whatnot, and to the south, I was saying some shit. There was fruits and vegetables and trees and plants to the west. To the north is where you hunt for animals. To the east is where you find minerals, and to the south is where most of the civilization is built up. In the center, there's a big nation growing. And now you have two leaders, one who cares about self-preservation and the other one who's an alpha. And they're just out here in the wild trying to survive and build their group, build their tribe, build their clan, wherever. So I'm saying also these two leaders who would survive. So Jaron is telling me why the alpha male will survive, and I'm telling him why I think the self-preservation leader would survive. And he's saying, nah, that guy would die. So I said, no, right? So Jaron was saying he would just, teach everybody how to provide for themselves, properly manage people, hunt for food, whatever. And there will be nomads, basically, don't have a place to stay and just travel around. So the enemy could never get the drop on them.
Question. Alpha. When you say alpha, right? Give me a scenario. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to understand from what angle is he like alpha? Is he just like about smoke all the time?
No.
Like he's a conqueror type alpha? Or
no.
Is he more like
he's a wise guy who knows how to handle the business when time comes, but he's not confrontational. He's not going into fights willingly.
He's not beefing nobody.
If the fight pull up, he have to defend because that's the manly thing to do. Protect.
Okay, and this is the alpha guy.
Yes, that's the alpha guy.
Okay, and the self-preservation guy
is to try to minimize conflict as best as he can, because if he doesn't, if he run into another set of people, they could kill off him and his people, and he don't want to die. And there is life in numbers.
No, I get you, but did you have more details to add to like the scenario?
Yeah. So there in the center, there's a big nation that keeps growing, and they most of the time raid smaller camps, smaller villages, and take their resources. And when they go out, they move militant. So when they go to the forest, they take what they want and they take it in large numbers to fill their growing city. And when they go to hunt, they hunt. And they come back later on when, so when they move like a drought, like a storm. So they make things worse for everybody else who's trying to survive.
Oh, gotcha. So like they move into a place and you realize the place because the grass is so dead, the tree and them are clear out. So so they're like a walking plague because of their sustainability.
Yes, so they're power in this old time world.
They're parasites, right? That's what they are.
So Jaron is moving around, right, as a nomad, just living off the land. So he's not really affected by these people, right? So when he's somewhere else reaping the crops and the fruits, he already gone by the time they come. So there's a high chance that he's not going to meet them or enemies like that. But then his tribe is going to grow too big at one point and they'll have to split because you can only control a certain amount of people on the move properly without things going sideways. So he'll have to train another alpha and split it up, and they'll go anti-clockwise and clockwise and always meet up at the south by trading the goods and so with the people and the small tribes back there. And that's his thing. So if he come in if he meet people, he have to beef and try to defend himself. And I'm telling him his technology going to be limited because he keeps wandering, right? But the people them who stay stationary, they have protection with the numbers, and they also have a stable place where they can learn, think, harvest, teach. They're gonna, you know, they're gonna evolve faster than the nomads, is what I was telling him. So I was saying now that you have that dynamic out there, your people and them will eventually die off slowly. Because when disease and so hit them, y'all can only use certain remedies and stuff based on where you all are at the time. It's like if you're attacked by a wild animal in the north, problems. If you go to hunt for minerals and so to trade later down in the south, problems because fatigue and stuff. So the best bet is when they're in the west and they're getting foods and fruits and so, and they always have to take food for the journey in terms of plants and whatnot. So I'm telling him, now the self-preservation guy, when conflict come, his first thing is to be diplomatic about it and talk to the people to try to find a way that they can cohabit, right? So whatever happens now is that these people, the leader, decide, hey, how about this? Since y'all are a growing country, y'all protect us and we'll do most of the hard labor for you to ensure our safety. So he set up that he goes out into the forest with his clans, they find food and bring it back to the city. They go out and try to hunt and they get protection. So if anybody pull up on them, they just call, and they'll handle the beef. So, and Jana say, no, people like that usually tend to be greedy. So I said, he can't afford to be greedy because if he gets greedy, people start like, man, I don't like him.
Because this is the self-preservation guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So being greedy is not in his nature or philosophy. He's just trying to,
Yes, because the moment he get alienated from his people, his life is in danger because they will get him out of power. Now he's just a regular old person who will be in a position to die. So he's always trying to protect the numbers.
Plus, being greedy would be confrontational at some point. Because at some point, you can run out of what you have or what you can have freely, and then you have to take from somebody to have more.
Because conflict isn't his go-to thing, and he's always being diplomatic about it to try to find a way where they can both help each other out. He's in a better position than the guy who's running around. So that's where we were going back and forth. But he was like, nah, the self-preservation guy, he's just not going to win. So I was trying to get this. I already see where he was coming from, but he's just not going to sustain.
No, I was concerned for the self-preservation guy because of not just the way he is, but you said the time that they live in. You set the presence for like it being basically like the Wild West in a sense.
Yeah.
There's the horse and carriage, maybe not guns, maybe before the point of guns. So
they don't have no guns. They don't have no guns.
Yeah. So that's, and basically I'm applying my knowledge of the world and stuff. I'm thinking this is more of a primitive, not just primitive, but more like hunter-gatherer type, ordeal and whatever. And honestly speaking, I'm going to agree with Jaron in this sense because the guy who is living to preserve, he's living in, it's almost like he's not living in the real world. He's not living for the reality he's actually facing. He's living for the reality he wants to create, right? Whereas the alpha man, he knows what it takes to survive in the land that they live in. He knows that sometimes being confrontational, you're going to have to chop off this man's head because he really going to be a problem for you a couple years later. Whereas the other guys just be like, well, we can just try and negotiate and whatever. But this other man don't care about negotiation. He don't want to have. He just want to wipe out everything because that's his way of life. And because you're living with people like that, I feel like the self-preservation guy is not going to be able to understand that fully and always going to think there's a better way.
Yes, that would basically be his demise also.
That's where he going, because people, you can't, mankind wicked dog.
Yes, he might run into somebody who thinks he can negotiate with, and they just want to kill.
Man, I talk to you, boys, clip you right there. Right? The alpha would just not even get into that situation at all. You check if he never had to. He not dropping the ball. He gonna come to you without his weapons. He gonna come to you demanding respect. So you realize, this man ain't no joke. But if you realize you can have one up on this man, you're gonna kill him and just take his whole clan. You said there's power in numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That man kill the preservation guy and walk with your clan. That's what I see happening. Because of the time you're living in because of the time you're living in, especially.
Potentially. Because
if he can avoid running into people, he will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if that cannot be guaranteed, I don't think he's the guy for the job.
Mm-hmm. But in the scenario, the situation where is he found his way to the bigger clan and then he merged into them.
One?
Mm-hmm.
That's what, okay.
And got protection from them. So it's not big enough that they could just send an ocean of men to overpower Jaren's clan. But if Jaren clans had like 500 people and he split them down so they can go in two separate ways, then they have 500 people together. So the only how Jaren can really put beef to them is if all them meet up and then they have a big battle together. But then their 500 plus my, let's say, 200 men add to them can kind of give them an advantage even if we're not combat ready.
Okay, so wait, when this guy merged with the big clan, right? Is he still in control
of his group? Because now they're in charge of getting the resources for the bigger
okay,
people.
so he come in like because of his merger, he came in like an extension, like his own clan that has their own responsibilities now. Okay.
So when they gather food, they have to gather food for everybody.
And the other guys still running solo.
Yeah.
So the one chose governance, to merge into like a government type of well-being takeover, like leadership type thing, and the other one is leading his kingdom. Okay, I got you. And also, so what's the ultimate question?
Who would be most likely to survive?
Okay, well, given the merge, the other guys know a part of something bigger than, and I feel like it's definitely more organized. I feel like the other guy, he just have men for warriors and women for nurturers and carers and stuff, is right?
Because think about the kingdom in the center and the self-preservation leader, right? When they join on to the other people, their camp is just outside of the main city, right? So they go grab everything, sort it out in their little town, and then they go and send it to the bigger city. So when Jaren and his people come to beef the center city, they have to meet the timid people who, for protection, would have to go inside their walls. Now, those people can say, "Yeah, give us all the resources and shut our gates and say, let's see how y'all handle them." And we could all die. But then after that, them guys would have to go hunt for their own food, knowing that Jaren the threat is out there. So would it be in their best interest to just wipe us out just for the fun of it? Or would they care that our lives matter to their whole organization? Or to what we brought?
Because the whole power in numbers thing.
Because I'm telling Jaren, we don't have guns yet, but if we were supposed to, our nation would be the first to acquire that knowledge. Because we're literally, we don't go anywhere, we stay put, and we strengthen the defenses in that city. So technology gonna advance faster than him. The fact is, who would survive the longest in that setting? And my thing is, over a period of time, you will lose so much people to injuries, to viruses, to stress and stuff like that. And I have a better chance for longevity based on the setup.
Based on setup, yeah.
Unless the man stabbed me in the back, or there's like a overthrow in power, and they're I'm good. Unless you go to the south and then rally everybody back there to come just decimate us, I don't see how y'all win, because y'all are nomads. That's not in your nature. You just want to survive off the land, defend your people if need be, and just live.
They just want to mind their business, basically.
And an alpha male might sometimes misjudge certain situations. Like, I could take them, and then like, oh fuck, I can't. And then what? You lose people. Or we should fight this lion. And some people's like, we really don't need to. He's like, nah, we need to show this lion that it's our turf.
And also, when things get hard, like natural disaster type drought and famine and stuff, the other nation that has like community and governance and all that stuff, they probably would have already had the departments in place that's responsible for gathering food in these situations.
Yes.
Whereas
so you will struggle out there.
So you're gonna end up having to maybe even come back to them Either you're gonna come to them for help,
or go to
or
the
you're gonna
south
come
to
to
help.
them to rob them.
So yeah, something or the other. Because if you go to the south and they're having drought, you know one place for sure have food is in the center. Things going bad out in the west where the plants and crops and so are. But you know there's a place that have storage. You're gonna try to take this shit, the resources. So in the terms of an all-out war, if it leads to that, I think the numbers still have even if Jan and them were the best, they were the savages and they had strength. And they have to get to the defenses, and then they have to also deal with people who can put up fight. Because
And then I'm also thinking, what happens if there's conflicts between members of the nation that go out? Because I doubt they're going to just stay there. Like once you become like a nation like that, people go start venture out, people go start to explore, because now you have a society building, you check? They go on, So what happens if there's no confrontations between members of the big nation and, members of the nomadic group?
Right.
So because that's easily a way to the nation is going to back up the members. You check if a member of our nation was killed by the savage group is now a threat. So now they're gonna have to be wiped out.
Exactly. So and then they can't run forever. Because even though they split up into two going clockwise and anti-clockwise, one will get hit. That will cut down his numbers. Because they only always ever meet up in the south. I'm pretty sure somebody could say like, hey, let's just go on to south and ask questions. Probably win some people over to a size recruit. Yeah, I will stumble across Jaren's people. And depending if you stumble at the same time or separately, it's a confrontation that he might not win.
Yeah, it's he probably not gonna win, or he might win that battle. But when they realize, let's say, he's not gonna win the war overall because it's one, or the chances of him doing it is not the best because you already said what counts in this society is numbers, and he don't have that.
So my thing is, it wasn't alpha males aren't a bad thing to aspire to be or to want to be. Right, or to have, but I feel like sometimes you need a balance. You need a weak person to understand things from a weak point of view, to let him know that, hey, yes, we can fight this, but we shouldn't, and here's why. Because if that doesn't work out, this is where we are. If we run now, we could have a chance to live later. We already seen the enemy. We can now plan for the enemy instead of just running to the enemy. Like a weak person would tell you, wait, or not right now.
Not right now. Let's just see how it plays out.
Let's see what we can do before this is our last result.
Yeah, Alpha goes, nah, man, we march at sunrise.
So it's like it's. I feel like, yes, even though this is just presence, this is your feet. Like you need somebody to rein you in if you can't do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a weak person, they're strong in terms of mental capabilities.
Oh yeah, they're definitely a warrior pack. They have a different mindset, a different drive. Their whole thing is on survival. Whereas inside of that nation, you probably have people skipping around the place believing in rights. It's and things like that. Like it's a different dynamic altogether. Like definitely the people, the nation are going to grow to be soft because of how comfortable they have grown to be, because of they can sustain and depend on each other. But when all you have is yourself and you're the man next to you to provide and to live and to survive, you're a different beast, you're a different creature. That's why they would definitely clash. Like literally, a person from the nation might see it fit, like, oh, I'm hungry. I see these guys. Let me just try and pocket pick them while I talk to them or something. Whereas the nomadic guy is like, yo, me hungry. He have food. He have farm. I can murder and take over the farm. It's like them and they had different movement.
I was also telling him that, like, if you think about it, y'all would have to have like babies in season.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have them in.
Yeah, I'm just dropping them anytime, anywhere.
You check? So
slow
it kind
down
of
whole thing.
Sometimes there's so much things that you would have to consider that I have the luxury to ignore.
Yeah. Because we have literally sustainability is the difference here.
And I have the room and space to grow, the infrastructure to grow. So the bigger my clan becomes, is the better the city does, and the more protection they can offer me, because now I'm more of I needed resources to keep them an oil machine. If I kill 50 his men today, he have to wait a couple years to replenish, and he could dwindle. But yeah, for those people who heard this whole scenario twice, this is a different point of view since everyone is here. So deal with it.
There you go, yeah. I have here from part.
Check. And something I promised them on the end of episode 45. I sent you a voice note. I don't know if you heard it, but in that same episode, me and Jaren, or Jaren and I, sorry, we came up with abilities based off of any animal in the animal kingdom. Right? So if you had the attributes or the ability of these animals, what would it be? I'm not going to tell you what we picked. I'm going to let you listen to it yourself. But we assumed what you would have picked if you were on that episode.
Okay. I hear it.
So I'm not going to tell you. That's what I want you to tell me.
Oh, like you're not going to tell me what I... Okay, that I thought your part. I thought so you don't want me to share my...
I want you to tell us what those three animals... So like, let's say you like how cats have ridiculous balance. He said, I would like the abilities of cats balance, and you can't pick bird because humans can't fly. We can't fly, that's out. And
I'm gonna pick mammals, basically.
No, it's just flying is off limits.
Okay. Okay, because that's like the one thing that's like humanly impossible.
I'm not saying it's human. Oh, yes, but
yeah, we
just want to keep flying out. Yes,
okay.
We want to take that out. So you might say, I want the balance that a cat have, and I want the nose that a dog has, and shit like that. So like, if you had to pick three animals and pick attributes from them to put to yourself, what would those be?
Okay. 3 animals?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 animals. Intelligence, communication.
No, but intelligence from what animal?
No.
You just
categorizing what I want from this animal.
Okay.
Yeah. So like intelligence, communication, sense of community, and all that stuff. I'm going with an orca as number 1. I would say there's swimming ability as well, but like I don't know if that's like what you mean as part of attributes.
Yeah, it could be this swimming ability or this smart sword, the viciousness,
Okay. So I definitely go with an orca for sure. Strength wise, physical ability wise, I'll go gorilla.
Okay.
Definitely rocking a gorilla, because gorilla gang to the world. And lastly, agility and like speed. Wait. What tasks am I accomplishing here with these attributes?
Okay, so what ended up happening after me and John picked our attributes, we kind of beefed each other to see who would win a beef.
Okay, so this is okay. Gotcha. To see who was like superior.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm definitely sticking with those 2. Strength of a gorilla, physical, endurance and like stuff of a gorilla. I want the intelligence of the orca, and then I want the what's the word? Resilience? Not resilience. Like defense. Like all defensive like factors.
Say that again, of a
rhino.
Okay, so
I want so the strength of a gorilla, intelligence of an orca, and the resilience or defensive mechanism of a rhino.
Okay. We got one of them right.
Which one? The gorilla?
The orca.
The orca? Okay.
Yeah, so we thought that based on your animals, right? I thought you were going to go with orca's intelligence, a hippo's speed, and I think we said moose strength or build. I think it was something like that. Okay. And I think Jan went a little bit different and said crayfish or stonefish or something as a defense while you bash into somebody with the speed of a hippo. So, okay, Now that you're already here, you're locked in your three things. Orcas, gorilla, and rhino.
Yeah.
My ability was the ability to sense things through heat and pheromones like a snake. So I had
Okay.
like, infrared vision.
Okay, I can do that with echolocation.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, no, you can't. Because you have one attribute from the orca.
Oh, I
And
have one?
Yeah. So the gorilla's strength is what you have, and you have the
Oh,
rhino's
because-
toughness.
Because remember in the beginning I said, okay, because I know, okay. When I
So-
said, or when I
Okay,
just
you know what?
picked
I still
orca,
can leave it like that. The
yeah, because
intelligence and
intelligent
orca.
because of their communication, they can do all
Yeah,
that.
they can communicate with the. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'll
Yeah.
keep it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Go ahead. So you
So-
had the thing, the communication. No, you can sense things.
Yeah, like snakes, so I can see heat, different
waves,
heat temperature
basically.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I picked a lobster for exoskeleton, so
Okay.
I can mold, but it takes longer to grow back, but easy to remove.
Mm.
And I had something else which I cannot remember at the current moment, which sucks. But I know Jan had the same ability to mold his shell from lobster.
Okay, you said so you have the exoskeleton of a lobster, a crustacean, but molting takes time.
No, molting is easy. Growing back the defense is hard.
Oh, like you're okay. So going back,
So I just rip it off like a suit.
Okay. So you kind of step out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the senses of like a snake to detect my enemies, and I had one other defense. I know Jaren own was similar because he had an octopus body, and
Ooh,
Mhm.
that nigga
And-
going everywhere.
and he kept it together with an exoskeleton of the
Yeah.
lobster, and he had one other thing. I keep forgetting the one other thing we had. Jan own was Komodo dragon's poisonous
Ooh.
spiff,
Yeah.
and I had something else, which is wild that I cannot remember. But basically, it was a hit and go for both of us. It was my own was camouflage.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I could camouflage. So it was a stealth based game, and whoever got the jump on each other would have been, because Jaron could always escape once he break his exoskeleton. He can go into anything that could fit his beak.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so I see. Okay, so
And if he bites me, I get poisoned.
because of the saliva. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. For me, my game plan is I look at it like when I plan this too, it's also based off of how I am as a person,
Mhm.
like how I'd be like beefing too. So I'm not the confrontational type. Like you put me in a freaking war, I'm camping the fuck out. You check? Because I need to make sure I'm able to deal with whatever threat, and if that ain't the threat for me, I ain't confronting it. So that's my whole in terms of stance. Like I'm a run up when I see the opportunity to, but I ain't going to do it if I'm taking too much risk, right? So with that, I have the echolocation and stuff. That's like what's that? That skill that freaking what's his face have?
Gang Walker.
Nah, it's Demon Slayer. Inusuke.
Oh yeah. When he sends things, his
Yeah,
environment.
he gotta get to like a layout to the land
Okay.
type of
So his
thing.
echolocation or his sense or something.
Yeah, I think whatever his senses, but like the echolocation, it was like I would shoot a wave, and when the wave reflect, I'm getting a idea of what the terrain and everything on the terrain visually looks like. But like I'm seeing it from memory. So if I want to like have a live view, I'm gonna have to actively be doing it. You check? So it's not like it's just always there and I'm always aware. I have to initiate it for me to scan, like checking my UAV or something.
How much of a
Is that-
sound would that make to anybody else listening? Because other sea-based creatures pick up on these sonars that you're sending out, but only your own type can. Because it's a communication-based stuff.
Yeah, so I can it's communication, because that's also how they communicate, right? They use their echolocation not just for
Tricking
see
fish.
it. Yeah, but they actually communicate with it too.
So
As
okay.
member.
So when you're communicating, can other animals hear the communication but just not understand?
Well, I'm saying because I'm not in a situation where I'm an orca and living
Oh
amongst
yeah, and you're just
others,
using your sound to just detect people.
I mean, yeah, I'm just using it as an ability, yeah. So that's basically what I'm using it for.
No, but what I'm asking is like the frequency that you're using it, is it audible to other people's ears or just you?
Oh, so when am I doing it? Am I making a bag of noise around the place?
Yes.
Oh.
Because I need to know, like, if I hear a man screaming to figure out where we are, we know where you are. And depending on, go ahead.
Of like I'm thinking more of like a how like almost equivalent of like a sound gun, like a ray gun, but like not screaming sound, it's just screaming waves, like frequency, so it's not visible. It might be visible to some other creature that has receptors that
can pick up that. Okay.
Of interference because of the waves and stuff, but typically a frequency that is visible. So only if you have an exceptional quirk or some feature on you, then you might be able to sense it. But like I said, it's not an offensive. Well, it can be used offensively or defensively, but I'm mostly using it for defense because I'm not confrontational, right? So that's that. So that's how I be able to like know what's going on, stay in touch, keep valid, make sure I'm not in danger. If I do happen to be in danger because let's say maybe somebody's like with camouflage and sneak up behind me or whatever, run up on me fast, I can afford for you to get the drop on me because I'm so tough. It's going to take more than a simple bite with your damn beak or like whatever to bust through my skin and even make that much damage, right? So even though I'm careful, but I'm armored too. So I'm like a tank. I'm a tank in the sense that, I have the technology to know what's around me. I have the defenses to put up against, obviously
you kind of balance though.
Yeah. And then I said the strength and everything of gorilla thumbs and everything. So they're not as agile as like a chimpanzee swinging leaf, branch to branch, but they can literally run up a tree, no problem. It's like they jumping over stuff, they can throw, they can, fight, pull back, like, so all that fighting ability and stance and stuff I'm taking from gorilla. So I'm definitely going to be like a close combat person. So ideally you don't want to run up on me because first of all, I'm hard to do damage to, and there's a high chance I'm gonna get my hands on you, you have a problem.
See, so me and John is more stealth and retreat.
Yeah. I'm more leave me the hell alone.
So now it would be a stalking type game for us. So if John was coming after you, I don't want to talk about what John character would do because I don't know if that's what he would take it. But for me, it's more of I would have to go camouflage and try to sneak up on you. Because if I see this guy, let's say we both causing trouble to both our communities, right? And it's like, nah, I need to get rid of this menace. So we both know of each other's existence. You know where you usually hang out, and I know eventually gonna come for me for the last shit that I did to your community. So I don't know when, where, or how you're gonna come, but I'm posted up somewhere. Using your sonar, I can't pick it up, and I'm just trying to stay hidden in my camouflage. Because I have a what's that squid-looking thing? A squid-looking creature that can camouflage with stuff. Cuttlefish, yes, that's the ability that I have. So I blend in my background. It's not like yeah. So I have that. And because I know people scattered around the area, it's not that I know that you have sonar, because that's not something I'm privy to. So, but just because I'm a stealthy person, I will be hiding in camouflage from the jump, just for safety. I'm also scanning the area to pick up different heat signatures. If I see this buff guy coming over with the intent of causing some trouble from how he walk in, I'm like, well, he look like a problem, right? We still in human form. So it's not like if I have a gun. But let's say your rhino skin is tough enough to take a couple shots point blank. It's thick, tough.
Like I'm gonna get hit, it gonna hurt, but I ain't gonna die from it because you're not gonna penetrate and damage no organs. But I can taking enough of it, fracture some bones because I am taking impact.
Yes.
Impact, but I'm not being penetrated.
So that's what we're moving on. So if my exoskeleton can't take impact after I do a surprise attack, I would have to literally break away my exoskeleton for extra speed Because once that's off, I'm a little bit lighter. So now I can be a little bit more agile. And with my camouflage, I could tend to avoid you for a bit. But you would always know where I am once to keep hitting those sonars at me. So whenever I think like, all right, he's not gonna see me here, and he hits off a sonar and I see you attacking me, if I break my defenses, one hit would probably be a KO.
Yeah. I'm thinking with your exoskeleton thing, at some point, because of my intelligence, I'm gonna realize, I'm not seeing this guy with my eyes. I can sense him when I use my echolocation, but I don't have a visual of. I don't know what you look like. I don't fully realize in the first couple of times you shed, I'm not gonna realize you shed because I can't see you shedding. You check camouflage. You're well camouflaged. So like, I didn't see what happened, so I'm gonna be confused for a bit. I feel like the only how I'm gonna realize is I'm gonna get my hands on you once, and you're gonna shed, and the skin gonna be in my hand. I gonna realize that this is not you. This is just a skin. I realize, okay, this is like, this is his thing. So it's gonna take me time to put you down. Because then what I'm gonna end up concluding to is next time I get my hands on you, I'm gonna skin you myself and mash you up right there. Fresh out the skin.
Yeah, that's what you have to
You
do.
know the time to regenerate. I'm mashing you up as soon as you come. In fact, I cracking the skin. I pulling you out.
It's not like if I have venom to poison you with. It's literally whatever I have in my hand is what I have to use to defend against this beast. Jaran, his beefing can only basically happen close to water in the city. It can't happen outside where there's like bush and stuff because he have no escape route. So yeah, I feel
because I'm sticking to like I'm definitely sticking to bush with my guerrilla tactics.
So you can properly maneuver well, right?
Yeah. Because like I use things for cover, use trees, I can maneuver and fly through quick. I have rocks and sticks and stuff at my disposal, So I feel like that's like my ideal place. Like I could do open field, but like in an open field, you wouldn't have much openings either. It's like definitely gonna be like I see you, you see me, you brought it. If it's like in an open space, I'ma just have to realize that you're invincible, but like I'ma sense you. I can sense you, so I know you're gonna be there. It'll be hard for you to just, Actually, it might be harder to fight you in the jungle because if you're on the other side of a tree, I just use the echolocation on.
Oh, you could miss me because something's blocking you.
Yeah, you're on both sides of the tree now. Yeah.
Ooh, that's an interesting dynamic.
So yeah, you're better off in bush because you can camouflage
and keep giving you surprises while I wait.
Yeah. But then once I get actually like I'm combating you, once we actually going at it, I have the upper hand because I'm more built for this, for the beef part of it. You're more built to like stay out of trouble. You check? But you're trying to use it offensively.
The other thing too that could be unique about Jaran is he could probably sever certain part of his shells to give him extra flexibility and mobility. Because all he need to do, I wasn't sure if the secretion of the Komodo dragon venom was coming out his mouth or if it's coming out his hand.
Okay. I know how it works and like how it typically works is it's not that they're venomous. They literally just have bacteria in their spit.
Yeah.
The bacteria just start doing, it just mash you up. Yeah, so I feel like for him, because of like how unique that is, like specifically their saliva. So I feel like he bites in people. But he did say he using the beak too, no? The beak to bite, no?
No, I think the beak is just in his mouth, and it's just like if my beak can go through a hole, my body will squeeze through that hole. So it's like if its jaw can get through that hole, then the rest of his head and body can get through the hole. Once he take off his exoskeleton.
Okay.
Yeah. So the tricky thing about Jaran is even if he walk up to you all stiff and stuff trying to fight, if he can take a punch from you and realize that you're strong, he'll probably shed certain areas like maybe at the knees, at the elbows, at the wrist, so you can have that extra mobility to do certain things. And he would just try to get in, whether if the saliva is coming out of his hands or out of his mouth. Like if he gets a hold on you, then again you're tough. So I don't know if those bites gonna do shit unless you like in your eye.
No, he not doing me no damage because he's not gonna break my skin.
Okay, but what if he shed his whole skin, right? And then he shows off his suction cup on the exoskeleton, and he holds on you, try to grapple you, and then run that weird venom saliva thing into your orifices.
Ooh, so he'd have to break my skin from the inside.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty graphic, but that's just what you have to do. You have to decide how bad you want me dead. Damn, yeah, that's my weakness, man. I forgot my bottom. I'm a mouth. I feel like my mouth would be a strong point because I have gorilla's strength and gorilla's got that bite force.
What gorillas make nice? You just have to wait for his opportunity. It's like he's part octopus. So he could just, octopus limbs don't grow back, right?
Do they go back?
So, Let's
don't know.
say his whole body makeup is a bunch of octopus legs that make up a human silhouette and is kept
Yeah.
together by the shell. Once he comes out and he
Wait.
starts using,
Yeah, you just said he have a shell.
Mhm.
Okay, how you gonna have a? You can't have a shell like literally. Okay, literally the reason that the octopus ability would work is because the octopus don't have no bones on nothing, so
Mhm.
literally can't give himself a shell because that literally defies the purpose of him having the octopus ability.
No,
Because
but that's what I mean. He can molt it.
so while okay, so basically what you're saying though is while he has a shell, he don't have his octopus abilities.
Basically, but this is how he use it. So sometimes when he want the extra octopus ability, he will break certain joints so he can have the flow movements of his octopus limbs or octopus muscle.
He break
Right?
his shell and then
Shell
like
at those points so he can get extra movement. So he can now bend his hand all the way back because he's not bending bone, he's bending the octopus ligaments. You get me?
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
So he
that's-
sometimes
Like
break certain.
he just do what he has to do.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when you see me saying, "Oh, he's just a sturdy human being walking," right? And then you probably might punch him and think, "Oh shit, I just broke him." But you might just loosen him up and like, "How the hell you moving like that, dog?" And he can still take a couple more punches because his exoskeleton is not fully broken off. And
Mm.
once it's fully broken off, it's all muscles, no defense, and he can slither and move his body wherever.
Okay.
So when he breaks his shell now, that tough grip and slow body that he had, he no longer has. So he's a little bit faster and he has the ability to hold on to you with the suction cups and grapple you. And once you get the saliva into your body, since it won't work on your skin, it's a problem. And if you need to retreat, if there's a pipe that's big enough to hold his jaw, he can escape.
Yeah, the only way I'm killing Jaren is by biting his head.
Mm-hmm.
Like I literally have to crush his brain.
And like octopus don't have like two hearts.
Yeah, I don't need his heart, I just need his brain. Or you can't do none of his brain not working. Like I not even a decapitation type bite no, because I got hard. It's literally a crushing bite. But it have to be precise as hell because I'm sure that that membrane or whatever is pretty flexible given, the way octopuses are. But I know I see like when they kill them and stuff, like when they catch them and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
to kill them you squeeze the spots on their head and that's how they die. You put them out of commission. So that's how Jaren gonna have to go. But I'm gonna have to crush through a shell, which I have the strength to. So I feel like I could take out Jaren if the opportunity presents itself. But it's about getting the opportunity because both y'all are some slick ass niggas. Which
Yeah.
y'all, it's not an easy feat, but I know what I have to do. I have the knowledge, like the mind ability and all that stuff to figure it out. But it's a matter of how I'm actually get my hands on you. It could be an anime fight, dog.
And the thing is, in all of this, do you have speed? Because you have the strength of a gorilla, the toughness of a rhino, and this the smarts and the sonic communication as an orca. So do you have speed? Like, yes, you can still move because you're human speed, but can you move faster?
I have combat speed, but I can't run for long distances fast.
Because of the gorilla just sudden burst of energy, you can do
Yeah,
that.
I have burst speed. I have burst and I have explosiveness. I don't have.
So you can close a gap if need be, but you can't chase a man.
Yeah, I run you down. But like, if me and you face to face across the room, me and you can utilize this entire space to fight. I can be fast in that sense. Yes,
Yeah,
sir?
this conversation is only this smooth because I had it before, just so y'all know.
The last time you did all the figuring out.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's that. No, I'm confident with my lineup, like with my survival. Like I can survive. I feel too what y'all going to get tired of is my resilience. And then at some point, y'all might realize that I'm not a threat because I didn't trouble y'all in the first place. You check y'all seeking me out. It's gonna be like some Kong shit, some King Kong shit. Like, what if a guy dropped me? I was on my island, cooling out, and y'all can drop me. You check. That's how I see myself moving.
But it's crazy though because we definitely knew you were gonna go with the orca for starters.
Yeah, okay, and that was the first one I said too.
Yeah, but I really thought you were gonna say a moose or something like a hippo because I remember you saying hippos are fast, bro, and hippos will fuck up. Hippos are literally the apex predators in the jungle.
because I was thinking hippo, like based off of what we say about hippos, but I'm like, a hippo don't really have any ability that I can say, hey, I want that per
I
se.
mean, you can shit and move your tail, and you have speed.
Yeah, but like, I have speed. Yo, even though they say, yo, okay, I know they say hippos fast, but I feel like they're fast. So like how they look, I think that's why they call them fast.
Because it's so big,
Yeah.
you don't expect them to be running 40
Yeah, they're not
miles per
supposed to be
hour.
that fast. Yeah, that's fast given how much you weigh, how you look, and all that stuff. But like, it's not like a hippo outrunning a lion.
But it can take a lion.
They
A
can
couple
take it,
blows,
just
yeah.
no. But the lion is definitely gonna be on his ass trying to bite it, but he can't
True.
bite it.
You
It's
can't
tough.
bite it because you don't. Yeah,
It's tough.
okay.
So like, yeah, I feel like it's hippos. Yeah, they're faster than mankind. So they're fast. I guess once you're faster than a man can run, and you're fast.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know.
Because everything is just amplifying our human bodies in a sense, or human shaped
Mhm.
bodies.
It's like, yep. It's like, yeah, just adding the attributes. Yeah.
So even if me and Jan came with guns, like the guns would be useless if we can't find each other.
Yeah, you can't find each other. And then for me, your guns not gonna be as they're gonna hurt me.
Potent as they're supposed to be.
Yeah. I'm gonna take damage, but like I ain't gonna be downed. Your bullets gonna hit me like punches, no more, because they're not penetrating.
Like if they hit our shell, they might start breaking pieces and shattering and chipping away.
Ooh. So wait, when y'all break y'all, only you have camouflage, right?
Yeah.
So the camouflage is active. So once you do release your so once you're damaged, the damaged parts of your shell, whatever, won't show up. They won't be camouflaged no more because they're damaged. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. I was thinking I could use camouflage no matter what in the shell or outside, but
when your shell get ripped off, that's how I'm gonna realize like something else because it's not connected to you no more, so you can't stay camouflaged.
or would the pigments be in my shell and then I can grow back those pigments? Or would
The
it be
pigments are in you, and you are connected to the shell.
so I won't be able to use my camouflage once the shell
Off. Yeah. When you're off now. Once I should disconnect, you're just like, yep.
that changes a lot of things actually.
So you got to be more careful with your stealth. Like you literally like stealthing from a distance, but when you get into it, your stealth might not be useful. And Jaren don't have stealth.
He don't have stealth. He just have that fucking weird body on his shell and poison venom, like poison saliva.
Yeah. So yeah, you have the upper hand with your from far. You can be stealthy and out of combat, but when you're in combat, your stealth don't work. Once you get confrontational, and you receive damage. So once you take that first hit, the only way you can start camouflage again is you shed everything and start over.
Does it have to be in the shell then? Because if you think about it, I don't need to camouflage from a distance. My my thermal vision can spot my ops by monitoring their movements.
So you're not trying to sneak up on them or something?
No, but that's what I mean. Like if I'm gonna sneak up on you, then maybe I should sacrifice my defense to get the job done with the stealth and speed and quickness. You know what I mean? And quietness. Cause it's gonna be hard to sneak up on a man when I can't move the stiff with all this exoskeleton on me.
But make nice though.
You check clank, scratch. What was that? I don't know. Turbine.
The trees.
So I feel like maybe the exoskeleton mask my ability to camouflage, and when I break the shell is when I can camouflage. Just like I'm hiding my abilities, like yo, look the guy there, follow him. I rip it off. I kind of take it off neatly. See, like he just standing up over there, not knowing I go into camouflage mode, and then I stay close by. So when you break it, you're like, wait, what happened? Nobody hears us a shell. I can strike.
What if going into camouflage mode is how you activate the shell? So the shell is forever camouflaged once it's used.
No, that don't make sense.
So like when you activate it, that's like once you're activating your shell automatically comes camouflaged. So like your shell is the camouflage.
So if I'm not okay. So if I'm not using it, the shell would not be camouflage. But if I'm in camouflage and the shell grows back, then it's a camouflage shell.
Yes.
Interesting. Cause that gives me like if I prepare, then I have a good advantage. But if you surprise me, I'll have to run away and come back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because then you're just gonna be too obvious. Damn, like you're gonna be a ghost.
Ghost in the shell.
So just bang me up wrong place and me get blood from.
Okay, that's neat. That's neat. Anyways, you've been talking.
What's that? Oh, it's
Yes.
almost 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Oh, that's a full episode.
That's
Yeah,
a
full
full
episode.
So it kind of sucks that I didn't get my friend on. Well, Jaren's friend on. So hopefully, she'll tell me what happened. Maybe she overslept or busy or didn't remember or got too shy. But hopefully we can like reschedule that.
Yeah, and then especially plus, I feel like it's almost okay that she didn't come on because, like you said, she was kind of shy, and given that she don't know us, she's Jaren's friend. Jaren not here,
Yeah,
you know.
plus
I mean,
Jaren
we can still
wasn't
talk and stuff, but you know the dynamic how that kind of work.
here. Yeah.
So, hey, you work out for the better. This is a good episode. Nice little chat.
See, everyone was missing for so many episode people. Y'all thought he and Jan follow.
Oh yeah, in the beginning, no? In the beginning, there was everyone, and then there was no John, and then John came, and then everyone disappeared.
Check.
Boy, squeeze me out.
He's like, yo, let's not get 2 episodes without everyone normally like he.
Check.
You know, he coming on this week. No, fuck you, man. I'm not come.
Check. You know what? Just let me pick up shifts. Nah, that's it, man. No. Everything lovely, just life and timing and stuff like that, but you already know what it is.
Thanks, everyone, for coming in to listen to the podcast yet again.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I like our intro and outros, dog. Shout out to Jillian. Jilliana.
The goat. Oh,
Yeah, keep fucking up her name, dog.
You did that to me just now because I knew it was Juliana. And you stopped Jillian.
I do that to everybody, dog. They know her name is Jilliana, and every time I say Jillian, they just follow my lead. Like,
yeah, it just felt so natural.
Natural, right?
That's so right.
It's not hard feeling. Jillian understands.
Check. Big up yourself, Jilliana. Thank you again. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in once again. I know you missed me, but I'm back. I'm here to stay.
Make sure to share and follow and tell your friends.
Tell everybody, all your mama.
Yeah.
Tell your mama, boss. Tell your mama.
Word them out. Post that shit on your story just one time. It's crazy how much people view a story. It's crazy.
It's like hundreds. Just cause. Video.
Just 'cause.
This is something to do. So let's do that first and then we just keep doing this for you.
If they start seeing everybody posting every Wednesday the episode, they're like, wait, what's going on? About 10 people or 50 people post this. Let's not see what's going on. You know what I mean? Give us some exposure.
And these episodes do take up time and resources. So if you guys feel like, y'all like what we're doing here and you want to see us do it more in the future and y'all want to support, get like a change, help Timon pay internet bill and so you man can, upload them something for you. Find us on our link on the link tree, Anchor. It's right there, should be at the top. And you could find out how you could support us that way. You don't have to do it that way. Your listeners are enough, but in the real world, and like a $5, goes a long way. Check. So
like if you're just inclined to just like support more.
We're not begging because we're working for it. We're just
we're working people.
This is like we're street performers and we just have our like hats out collecting, whatever y'all want to share. So it's one of them gigs. No greedy thing.
We're trying to provide a little bit content for those who give the extra support. Just so you have something else over the other people who don't.
Well, yeah. So when if y'all do support on Anchor, y'all get access to exclusive episodes that the main channel don't get. So in case you didn't know, that's kind of part of the deal. So take notes.
Yeah. It's not Patreon, but it works. It works.
No, Patreon who? We don't need that.
Who? What?
And if we do, that's legal.
Just legal. You don't have to do both. You can do one.
Yes, guys. Well, yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in once again. And we're going to be here to do what we do best.
And listen here, right? When you come back on a second time, you have to create some extra content for the subscribers. Just saying. Keep that in mind.
No, you gotta do that.
All right, guys.
Darling, please stop driving me crazy. Oh no.